Kennedy inspires me. He inspires me because even at my age where I'm nearing retirement, he always makes me think that it is possible. It's only impossible when you have it in your mind. But it's always possible if you know that it's possible in your heart, because you can do it. And that's why I like being around him, because he inspires me. He inspires you that, look, it's raining today, but there will be sunshine tomorrow. So, tokoso, ubitimi ai. And that is what we should be doing. And that's why we have to, again, using the reference word, memorize. Reverend, what was the word? As a kind, make sure that when you are down, you can think of yourself as somebody who went from being a barefooted child going to school, a PK seller, to the voice of the nation. It's possible. It's possible. Kennedy has done a lot. I mean, he's created jobs. I don't have the statistics, but arguably, in the private sector of Ghana, he may be the largest business creator in terms of job creation for the youth. I know a few of his businesses, like Oman FM, Ash FM, Super Care Company, Mina Ventures, Imperial World, Gold Coin, etc., etc. It takes a person with vision to do it. But most of these companies, and some of these companies, I know, lose money. Some business owners will shut them down. But then as he told me that, Edward, I'm a close company now. Me did you, my name Mabididi. No more way Juma or until me work hard, take money from where I can make money and put it into the loss-making business. It's not many people who think like that, and therefore we should clap for him. In terms of CSR, we are not a country that keeps track of these things. But arguably, I would also say that in the private sector of Ghana, I do not know of any other company, even including some of our multinationals, who make money and put money back into the community like Honorable Kencity Agyapong. Seriously, he really does well, and we should clap for him. I've been around the country with Kennedy, and on the spot, he's giving scholarships to needy children. On the spot, he's paid for school fees. On the spot, he's paid for medical bills. And sometimes we all take inspiration from him, and it also helps us when we are giving back, that we have to also give back. I think the Reverend Father just told us that just before he came here this morning, he's cut a sword for the cardiothoracic unit at 37. Normally, most people will be waiting for the government to do this, but single-handedly he has done it, and we should commend him for it. As the Akan ad goes, near food yapa near piano. Tiena yaba highway, yaba be pia, Honorable Kencity Agyapong. And in piaing Honorable Kencity Agyapong, yes, ye piano. So it is here. Ye piano, yes, ye piano, because as he goes up, we go with him. So I'd like you all to take inspiration from him. We're not here to make him greater than God. We're not here to make you think that, because we live in a country where when people do good things and they are commended, it becomes a negative. It's strange. But the truth is that I hope, as the Reverend Father said, that before we leave here, his life story will inspire the next young Kencity Agyapong. Because we are all born with the same 10 fingers. We are all born with the same 10 toes. It's the same blood that flows within us. So if he can do it, and you are a student in the gallery, you also can do it. And you have to inspire yourself. Thank you very much.
Round of applause once again to His Excellency Edward Boateng, the former Ghana's ambassador to China. At this juncture, Albert.
So we will introduce the chairman for this great occasion. The person who is going to chair the program for us is a native of Kwahu Nkwetia. He was born on 27th November 1972 in Suhum. He schooled at Presec Senior High School, Legon. So he is ordered there. And he also attended the Johnson and Wilson University in the United States. He holds bachelor's degree and MBA in business administration. And he's also a PhD student in information systems at the University of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause. And if you can, a standing ovation as we welcome Honorable Brian Agyapong. He's the MP for Abitifi.
Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Akompreko Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. Thank you, organizers, for the opportunity to chair this momentous occasion. And I was on my farm when I got a call from the organizer that Kennedy wants to speak to the youth of the country, and he wants to do so at the UPSA auditorium. So if you can make it to Accra, I said, why not? Kennedy inspires me. He inspires millions. He says it as it is. So I'd like to be here. So thank you for the honor done me to chair this program. Students, you have to pay attention. Open your eyes. Open your ears. You have to listen. Because this is a man that most of us will say there's no light at the end of the tunnel, or there's some light at the end of the tunnel. When he started, there was no tunnel. He couldn't see the tunnel, let alone light or no light. And yes, today, he's cut the sword for the construction of a cardiothoracic center in this country. We need to applaud this man. Ken is here to inspire. Ken is here to challenge. I am here to chair. Thank you, organizers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for that brief remarks. Our program continues, and right about now, we would love to acknowledge some important persons in our midst again. We mentioned earlier on that as and when some of our fathers step in, we will be acknowledging them, and so we would want to acknowledge some of the important dignitaries in our midst right about now.
Okay, so we have Honorable Paul Chum Berima. He's the MP for Doma East. Honorable, can you give us a wave? And we have Honorable Farouk Aliu Mahama. He's the MP for Yendi. We also have our own Fati. I think Fati doesn't need much introduction. She is the Deputy Minister of Information Designate, and Fati is also here. Fati is a friend to Kencity, so Fati, you are welcome.
We all know we are gathered at the University of Professional Studies main auditorium, and of course the father of this particular beautiful edifice is also in our midst. So we would love to acknowledge the presence of Professor Abednego Amate. Thank you, sir.
We also have Mr. Christian Donko. He's a chartered accountant, a lecturer at UPSA, and also a friend to Kencity. Mr. Donko, give us a wave. We also have Mr. Jekedako. He's also in charge of this facility that you see here. He's also a patron of UPSA TESCON.
Our very own cybersecurity expert in the person of Mr. Kweku Intiamwa is also in the house. Let's give it up for him.
Let me also announce the arrival of the Director of Radio of Kencity Media Limited, Mr. Martin Kwache, a.k.a. Obutentim Kwabna Kwache, the people's uncle. Offer, give us a wave.
Let's acknowledge the Vibe Brothers. They are in charge of our sound and our music this evening. And also would love to acknowledge our sponsors. We have New Life Homeopathic Clinic. We have 21st Clinic Hospital. We have our Honorable Kings Group Worldwide, the Fancy Beverage Limited Kumasi, Big Dank Health Center, Smart Think LLC, Land and Tech. We have Alchemy Natural Mineral Water, Friends of Kings Group, Leicester Educational Institute, DHI College of Health and Education. We have Ken Ladies Group, Antiaco System, and UPSA as our main sponsors for this August event.
Okay, we also have Mr. Albert Mensah, former CEO of Silverbird Cinema. He's also here. Please give us a wave. We also have Mr. Edwin Amankwa. He's also a Chief Operating Officer for Global Media Alliance. Sir, you are welcome.
Okay, so as indicated, as and when our special dignitaries set in, we will still be acknowledging them. Now, right about now, I think we'd love to go for some musical interlude. Yes, would love to go for some musical interlude by the Vibe Brothers. Just relax. We just want you to relax and just have some refreshing moments with yourselves. Right after the musical interlude, we will specially invite our brother Pat Moore to give us the special purpose for which we all are gathered here. Once again, you are welcome.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. 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 Woo! Special request from the birthday celebrant, you know. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you. thinking of that day when you went away. What a life to be, what a path to break. I've been missing you, thinking of that day when you went away. What a life to take, what a path to break. I've been missing you. One black morning, when this life is over, I know I'll see your face. One black morning, when this life is over, I know I'll see your face. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, every step I take, every move I make, every time I pray. Woo! When the night has come and the light is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Either stars that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble. Oh yeah. To the sea. No, I won't cry. No, I won't shed no tears for as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in troubles, you can stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Come on now, come on now. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me. All right, it's a lovely day, you know. For our papa, it's your birthday. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hits my eye, when something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
day.
Vibe Brothers.
Woo.
Many thanks to the Vibe Brothers once again. And indeed, this youth seminar An unprecedented one, of course, promises to be a lovely one. Albert.
Okay, so we are still acknowledging our friends and family members who are here to support the program. We have Mr. Kweku Apia Mensa. Please, if you are here, give us a wave. We also have Dr. Chris Nkrumah. Doc, if you are here, give us a wave. We will now call Mr. Padmore Bafo Agyapong to come and give us a brief purpose of this gathering, and we move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, as they did the song, the earlier speakers had mentioned, and it was all about the youth engagement. But again, this program, as initially planned, was supposed to have happened, that was last Wednesday, which is the 16th of June. And that happened to be the birthday of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. I remember when, I think our last but two program we did on the attitude, he said, I am 61 years old. If I was working in the former sector, I should be on retirement and I should be enjoying. But I would want to dedicate the rest of my life. And that was a very profound statement. I would want to dedicate the rest of my life to continue to inspire the youth and businesses, young entrepreneurs. So as we are here, yes, we are celebrating his birthday, and I wish they had done Naughty by Nature's Hip Hop Parade, because that is the song that went viral with Honorable dancing to it in one of the parties. But obviously, we did not do that. But apart from the birthday, that part of his life, after 60, that I will commit to Ghana, this is what I would want to invest in the youth. And he always said, if I have been able to do it, you can also do it. If you are here and you have started a business, and you are wondering how are things faring and you are not so sure, I think listening to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong this evening should inspire you. If you are a youth and all you are thinking of is you are about completing school, where are the jobs for you? Again, you are going to get inspiration from what he's going to share with us tonight. The university, we would want to say thank you so much, that is UPSA leadership, for also accepting to be part of this program, and then also the VC deciding to also speak to us, because Ghana alone, government alone cannot do the work that we all expect. So our purpose is simple: celebrate the Honorable's 61st birthday, though belated, and then also to listen to his nuggets of wisdom, personal experiences, and also hear from the university what exactly are the tertiary institutions or institutions of higher learning doing to support the youth in terms of entrepreneurship, so that they don't depend so much on the government for survival after school. But what I can assure you tonight is also, you will not leave with whatever attitude that you came with. Definitely, you have some positive attitude home. So let's all sit, relax, and enjoy the activities that have been lined up for this evening. Birthday, youth engagement, entrepreneurial sharing, and of course, you will now understand the full meaning of QBE. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Padmore Bafo Agyapong. Let me also introduce Mr. Charles Amofa Boache. He's the morning show host for Oman FM. We also have some birthday greetings that I would like to take them. So I'll call on Honorable Fatima to also come here. He's the Deputy Minister Designate for Information to also give us a small birthday greetings to Honorable Ken.
Mr. Chairman, the special guest of honor, all protocol duly observed, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm really excited to be in this forum to celebrate Honorable Ken Agyapong for his selflessness, his kindness, his sense of humor, and his honesty. For the many years that I've known Honorable Ken Agyapong, my first impression was that he's a very powerful voice, or he is a very powerful voice. We know his voice drives social change in attitude, respect for time, discipline, amongst others. But the past few years that I've become a de facto member of the Kencity family, I learned that his actions even speak louder than his words. I've been privileged to walk to his door with a lot of our candidates, a lot of friends who are in dire need of help, and Honorable has never turned his back on us. So for his immense contribution to my party, the New Patriotic Party, of which I'm personally someone who has benefited from his kindness, and many of my contemporaries who have benefited from his kindness, I say God bless him. Also, something happened that I thought was extraordinary, and for me, it will live with me for the rest of my life. You remember when the Notre Dame Cathedral burned down in France, and a lot of millionaires lined up to make donations? I said to myself, this will never happen in Ghana. But to my surprise, when COVID-19 struck, one of the biggest stories was that Honorable Ken Agyapong has donated 680,000 Ghana cedis, beds, and PPEs to frontline health workers in this country. That is one gesture that really touched me, because for a very successful man who can find ways to vaccinate himself, protect his family, protect himself, it was never about him. It was about his love for Ghana, his patriotism, his selflessness, his kindness, and to see all of us protected. Also, I observed that anytime I walk to Kencity, especially around 10:30 p.m., I see long queues at the premises of his media house. And I ask myself, some of these queues are even longer than what I see at the various hospitals. But to a lot of people in need, that is their first consulting room. To some people, it's where they come for confessions, among others. To find a very successful businessman and politician who has not lost touch with the masses, who listens, who young people feel comfortable to walk to, I told myself, wow, this is one person I want to emulate. So I pray to God that one day, if I become as successful and wealthy as Honorable Ken Agyapong, may I be as kind, as selfless, as thoughtful, and as someone whose desire for wealth is only to change the world and make impact. So, Honorable Ken Agyapong, Ayuko, may God bless you. We are your legacy, and one day, whatever opportunities that are available to us will be used for social good. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Designate.
We also have Mr. Kingsley Agyapong. He is the second vice chairman for MPP United Kingdom. Please give us a wave.
At the moment, we are live on Oman FM, we are live on Net2 TV. We are also live on Bono and Ahafo Television.
We are also live on Happy FM, and we are also live on YFM. Before I go to the next item on the bill, Let me also introduce Mr. Isaac Agyapong. He is popularly known as General, and he's a former TESCOM president of UPSA, a proud alumni, and also a former TESCOM national coordinator. He's also vying for the national MPP youth organizer. If you are here, please give me a wave. Yeah, that's General.
Okay, so Albert, we have a short documentary to show, but we would want to hide it for a minute. And so I think you will help me invite your VC.
Wow.
Yes.
So we will
Do me the
invite
honor this afternoon.
the landlord of UPSA. He's the chief executive of this land. He's the reason why we are having peace in this auditorium. Please let's welcome Professor Abednego Amate.
Thank you very much. For those of you who know Professor Amate, you realize he's not the one. I'm the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and he's asked me to do the business for him. I do recall that when I applied for the position of the Pro-Vice Chancellor, you had to write a vision statement. So I went to him and asked, Prof, what's your vision statement? And he gave me a strategic plan. Then I realized that I need to coin my vision statement around the vision statement of the Vice Chancellor. And so what I want to say is that you cannot be a successful deputy unless you stay within the vision of your boss, else you have to shape out. And that's for a fact for the youth today. While I was sitting there, there's a gentleman sitting by me, and he said, wow, this is the first time I have been here. I'm impressed. What is the general population of the student? Then I said about 18,000. He said, wow. For those of you who knows the IPS UPSA, from 2005, a population of 600, today we are looking at 18,000. And as I read the statutory vision of this university before I came here, I realized that some of the qualities that the celebrant stands for today, I see through it. Why? Because every critical expenditure that the management of this university has made supports the vision of this institution. And any expenditure outside the vision means corruption. So he says it as it is. I'm sorry, Honorable, but this is just a preamble to what you are going to hear today. My chairman, the MP for Asin Central, Honorable Kencity Agyapong, the one we are celebrating today, honorable members of parliament, distinguished guests from the business community, faculty members, students from tertiary institutions in this country and outside there, those also online, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I want to read this speech within the vision of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Abednego Amate. My name is Professor Charles Barno, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of this university. He sends his apologies because he's got another assignment for which he had to attend. So, Honorable, we are very sorry for that. I hope you accept me. Thank you very much for accepting me. So, if I make a mistake, it's my mistake. But if I make it properly, then it's Professor Ko's. It is a great pleasure to be part of this strategic program, which is aimed at positively influencing the youth of this country, and for that matter, the destiny of our country, Ghana. I thank the Honorable MP for Asin Central and his team for inviting me to share my views on the topic, the role of higher education institutions in youth entrepreneurship training and development. The Vice Chancellor wants me to share 4 areas with you, and that is qualification, experience, skills, and attitude. First, qualification. You and I cannot deny that academic qualifications play an important role in our successful career due to the common perception in our society nowadays that only good academic results can help us find a better job. And that good academic results can also give us a bright future which is full of success. But a person's abilities and skills on their career that they have chosen can also determine whether they will be successful or not. Nowadays, we find a lot of our youth focusing on obtaining high grades in higher educational institutions on their studies, and the majority of them have ignored skills that are also important to their career. Skills can be categorized in so many ways. For example, we may have social skills, language skills, computer skills, and the rest. But it is not guaranteed that any individual who comes to higher education institutions and make perfect grades will get a job and just perform and achieve results. It is stated that if we look into the directory of successful people like him, we'll notice that many of them are employed, or many of us are employed by people who have not got higher academic skills. This is because academic qualification is solely based on one's performance in their respected institutions. And even though I have mentioned skills, and skills is very important, that also doesn't mean that hard working on your studies is not necessary for attaining success. So you have to work hard at school as well. A successful person must never focus on academic results, but gain knowledge and experience in other areas that it's very important in achieving excellence. It has been proven that people who are focusing on both academic and skills at the same time had better job more than those who had focused on academic results. Nowadays, the majority of institutions or companies are looking for personalities who are hardworking and who go through a screening process of recruitment and who have got not just the qualification, but skills and attitude and knowledge at the same time. A successful career is not going to determine by the professional academic qualification, but it will determine by the individual's hobbies, personal abilities, and the mindset. The other is experience. I'll begin by saying that when you aspire to take up leadership or followership position, you might still need to have the power to influence people to be able to achieve your objectives. But the power to have influence comes from real experience. A degree and skill alone is not enough. Employers are looking for more than just technical skills and knowledge of a degree discipline. Mr. Chairman, most of our graduates have big companies like they dream about the Vodafones, about the MTNs, about Anglo Gold Ashanti, and they put these big companies on their wish lists. Simple bookkeeping records at the Yokagari cellar at the corner there, at the roadside, and in institutions built like this, of similar size, of less complexity, come immediate and handy in the acquisition of experience. So in other words, our students or graduates shouldn't be looking out for these big companies to acquire experience. Whilst you are in school and you are studying accountancy, you can just see the watch seller by the corner there and make sure you don't touch the money. But I just want to do some bookkeeping for you. And with time, you'll be able to structure systems and put systems in place for growth of these institutions for higher heights. The story that comes handy is that of Goliath and David. David was 17 years old when he had to face Goliath. David was at the time, to be in the army, the Israeli army at the time, you'd need to be 20 years of age. But at that time, David was 17 years old. So it means David was not qualified. But see what David had. To many onlookers like you and myself, the encounter between David and Goliath looked like a foregone conclusion. For one thing, there is the difference in size. Goliath is heavily built than David. But there are also other differences that some scholars have even suggested that the average height of ancient man during the time of David and Goliath was 5 feet or 5.5 feet. So at that time, David was 4 feet in height, lower than Goliath. But David is said to be a very skillful slinger. So what made the difference was the skill and not the size. He had, as a shepherd boy, learned it over and over again. In terms of age, David did not qualify. In terms of stature, he did not qualify. He was ruled out. But in terms of skill, he overcame Goliath. Employers value skills such as communication, team working, and problem solving. Job applicants who can demonstrate that have developed these skills, and when they develop it to their advantage. Work experience is experience of the workplace that you gain prior to graduating or starting your career. It can be incidental to your study or also intrinsic to your study. And as the course requires you to do, in the case of UPSA, we do some placements exercises in industry for our students here. After obtaining a university degree, your initial experience is often shaped by the institution at which you did your studies. There is a strong connection between tertiary education and an individual career path. For an institution like UPSA, a student's degree is often focused on providing the student with a deeper understanding and knowledge of both academic and professional disciplines. We make deliberate attempts to develop the student as a scholar practitioner. It is the role of the student to use the knowledge and skills they have developed through their degrees to achieve their personal and professional goals. Experience, as I have indicated, also gives depth. The higher you get up in an organization or you travel through the organization, the more people will look at you for assurance that you actually know what you are doing. So when Honorable gave her testimony about Honorable, I realized that he couldn't have been there if he hadn't gone through the mill, if he had not acquired the experience, and if he had not got the depth for it. Even if you appear before him and you are lying, he knows. He will differentiate between those who clearly need and those who are lying for some funding to be given to them. Honorable, is that not true? So he gets it from experience. Experience gives depth. So leadership for the youth today is so much about your ability to influence others, especially with the pace of change in our organizations today as a major cultural shift away from the normal command and control style of leadership that we know. Now I move to skill. To develop your skill, you require training, and more importantly, discipline. I quote from the Bible, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. For the moment, all discipline seems not to be pleasant. All discipline, it doesn't seem to be pleasant, but painful. Discipline is not pleasant, but it is painful. Yet, to those who have been trained by it, to those PK sellers who have carried PK, to those who have sold both roads on the street, to those who have gone through the mill, they are rewarded by a peaceful truth of righteousness. And that is your case, Honorable. I thank you. So I resonate Hebrews 12:11 with you, because discipline produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who are trained by it. When searching for a job, many students assume that employers are most concerned with a candidate's educational or academic credentials prior to their work experience. What they might not know or realize is that employers also evaluate the potential candidate's key skills that go beyond the basic requirements of the position. Whether you are a current student or a recent graduate, developing skills can help you set yourself apart from other job applicants and secure new opportunities in the field or the world of works. Recent research also shows that 73% of employers look for candidates that can demonstrate strong written communication skills, and that this differentiator can help them choose between two equally qualified candidates. Strong writing skills are especially critical in our world today, in a digital world, in a COVID-19 environment. Being able to articulate your ideas clearly and concisely in writing is crucial for both internal communication interactions with clients and your customers. Verbal communication skills are equally as important. Whether you are working with others on a project, managing a small team, or overseeing a department, having the ability to communicate effectively with clients, customers, and colleagues is crucial or critical to your team's success. Critical thinking is also very important in this respect. Time management is also important, and no matter the career path you choose to pursue, your ability to communicate effectively, think critically, and manage multiple deadlines is also important to your success. Above all, having a positive attitude, which is choosing and approach difficult circumstances with a productive mindset, can benefit you on several levels. The Mayo Clinic states that a positive attitude can lower your stress level, which is also good for your health. A positive attitude can also improve your relationship and change how your boss perceives you and your work. And these are very important for you today. Having a positive attitude can provide many benefits. Create a positive environment, reduce your stress, increase your productivity level, produce more strategy, improvement in customer relationship, develop leadership capabilities, improve your decision making, and motivate others. Honorable and my chairman, I belong to a school of thought suggesting that entrepreneurs are not only born but can also be made. Having worked in higher education institutions for 15 years, I'm referring to my vice chancellor, having worked as an entrepreneur for some years, and having interacted with several young people who enter university with hope, yet become frustrated after completion due to unemployment challenges, I can only share with you some realistic and practical insights that I believe will take our nation forward. In Africa, entrepreneurship is being given serious devotion due to its importance in economic growth, job creation, productivity reduction of employment and poverty, and innovation. Ghana is no exception. Over the years, various governments have been initiating programs targeting the youth being the future of our country. Entrepreneurship training, which aims to equip participants with relevant knowledge and skills, is regarded as a practical means to promote entrepreneurship among young people. One of the major stakeholders of this effort is higher education institutions. Higher education institutions are places for imparting knowledge, just like UPSA, skills, and abilities to students, so that when they eventually join the world of work and society, they will be able to make significant impact. HEIS have very important roles to play in entrepreneurial training and development of young people. If they position themselves strategically in the entrepreneurship ecosystem to develop young people, a number of benefits will accrue to society. The question is, how could they do this effectively and efficiently with their limited resources? First, they need mental transformation. Higher education institutions can transform young people from job seekers to job owners. They must be in the position to guide and encourage students to follow the entrepreneurial career and deploy strategies to get students motivated to be entrepreneurs. Higher education institutions could also bring quality, practical business models and tools closer to students as young professional entrepreneurs. They could imbibe in graduates the sense of business ownership and the culture of entrepreneurship and self-reliance. There must be a clear-cut commitment from the management of higher education institutions to intentionally create an entrepreneurial climate and ecosystem for the institutions. This is very important to get all other innovations to be activated and rolled out to achieve entrepreneurial goals of the institutions. The management of higher education institutions must back their commitment to entrepreneurship training with the appropriate and relevant institutional policies and necessary structures. There could be clear policies to help students to channel their creativity, innovation, and skills to productive ventures that can directly contribute to national, socio-economic, and cultural development. There is the need to revise the teaching curricula to make them hands-on, where students have the opportunity to create business and possibly be given the opportunity to test their initiatives. Programs should be designed to entice or motivate students to start their own businesses. Higher education institutions must reconsider and retool their entrepreneurship programs or courses to respond to the changing times and circumstances. This will help the whole community to be engulfed by the entrepreneurship consciousness. The interest and commitment to entrepreneurial knowledge and practice by students will increase. Such a climate will trigger more and more innovations in the thinking and creation of business ideas by students. HES should be prepared to create the space and platform for students to access various financial models by the private sector. Faculty members will have to be retrained to garner the right mindset and attitude towards entrepreneurship. In this case, entrepreneurship should not only be taught as a course, but every course should be, in addition, be taught with the intention of creating an entrepreneurial mindset. I want to just cut it short. I didn't know my Vice Chancellor writes so much. I don't know. I hope he's not watching me. So I'll go straight to conclude by looking at the case of UPSA. So VC, permit me. I've jumped 4 pages, only 4 pages. Only. I am aware that several higher education institutions are making various efforts to mainstream entrepreneurship training and development. But permit me to share briefly some of the entrepreneurial efforts and innovations at UPSA. Our goal has been to shape up the entrepreneurial skills of students to enable them to match up with the emerging national and global entrepreneurial opportunities and challenges. Now we have the business incubator. An incubator center has been set up in UPSA to provide young businesses in the university as well as enterprising minds in UPSA and the country as a whole. The incubator aims to providing 3 types of services, namely 1, training on business models and business solutions. 2, financial support in the form of seed capital. 3, mentorship and coaching by local business experts and international personalities. We also have the exchange program on entrepreneurial studies. UPSA has entered into a collaboration with the University of New Brunswick, Canada, for the capacity development of its lecturers from the Faculty of Management Studies and Accounting and Finance. And the collaboration between the 2 institutions is geared towards enhancing capacity and peer relationships among scholars to enrich their experience and facilitate personal and professional growth. The knowledge, experience, and the learning acquired will help bolster teaching and research entrepreneurial education in this university. We have also launched the Entrepreneurship Club. The government of Ghana, as part of its vision towards creating an entrepreneurial climate in the country, has launched a number of student entrepreneurial initiatives, we call it SEI, on this campus. The UPSA branch was launched in the late 2019s. The club serves as a platform for student-to-student interaction for business opportunities, identification, development, and pitching. Currently, over 300 students of UPSA have registered to be part of this club. We also have the Pitching and Time Entrepreneurs Student Entrepreneurship Fair. So in conclusion, Mr. Chair, Honorable, who will celebrate today, an entrepreneurship career can be a sustainable solution to the soaring levels of youth unemployment in Ghana. An entrepreneurial career can improve the economic and social inclusion of the disadvantaged and marginalized youth in our country. Self-employment through entrepreneurship can offer the youth the dignity they deserve, financial independence, as well as self-sustenance. This will definitely divert them from crime and antisocial vices. Mr. Chair, my Honorable Minister, the role of institutions in higher learning towards equipping and raising entrepreneurship awareness among the youth cannot be underestimated. As a higher education institution, the UPSA, from the foregoing, has demonstrated its commitment to entrepreneurship training and development. If you bring such programs on board, we will always be there to support you, and thank you for this program too, as well. It is important to underscore the fact that the unemployment and resources challenges facing young people in this country cannot be solved by only higher education institutions. All stakeholders must come on board. Higher education institutions should, however, recognize that they have a major role to play by creating the right entrepreneurial climate, the right entrepreneurial mindset, and providing entrepreneurial resources for young people. This will ensure that the youth of our country will eschew social vices and direct their energies into very productive ventures. Recommendations. Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a few recommendations as I bring my delivery to a final close. As a youth, employment remains one of the main challenges Ghana has to deal with. The government should make it a mandatory requirement for all universities in this country to equip their students with entrepreneurial skills and relevant information. Universities should improve their curriculum by including entrepreneurial ingredients and by building incubation centers for students. Alternatively, the government should highly incentivize those institutions of higher learning involved in training and development. The government should also ensure, through the Ministry of Education and regulatory institutions, that curricula from primary to tertiary level should include entrepreneurship among the subjects offered. It is finally recommended that higher education institutions should be required to pay back to the communities they operate in by embarking on community youth outreach programs aimed at equipping the youth with entrepreneurial skills. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Charles Bano. At least, Manta Shekra, Mete the prof or if you want to succeed in life, you must be a critical thinker. Also there time no here. So time management is of essence. And again, he mentioned that entrepreneurs are not only born, but can also be made. And if you are not an entrepreneur, you definitely might have a word or two. Prof, thank you once again, and God richly bless you. If you are watching us live on TV, you are watching the Youth Summit with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. He is the man of the moment, the man we are celebrating. His 61st birthday, he's celebrating with us the youth. He believes that the youth are the future leaders, and we are the hope of our motherland, Ghana. We have a short documentary to show, but Ansa na Mama Albert Wabadono. I would again love to acknowledge our proud sponsors, DHI College of Health and Education. Yes, Yankupon Unshra Papa. Also, New Life Homeopathic Clinic. Or say your health, our priority. Fancy Beverages Limited, Kumase. We are more than grateful. And 21st Clinic Hospital.
And we also have Vigdank Healthcare. Vigdank Healthcare, thank you so much. And we have SmartThink LLC. It's a Techland Global Security Services in the United States. We have also Ken Ladies, and we have Anti-Eco Systems. We also have the New Life, and also Arkamen Natural Mineral Water. So
Leicester Educational Institute, let me add to that. Leicester Educational Institute, Alkamen Natural Mineral Water says for life, and also Vigdank Health Center.
Okay, so we watch a short documentary. When we come, we'll continue with the program.
The dossier of personal, educational, professional, and business documentary profile of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, MP for Assin Central, including the true story of how he became a millionaire. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is a politician, farmer, business tycoon, and an icon to reckon with in the global commercial marketplace. He was born on the 16th of June 1960 to Francis Ohene Kufi Agyapong and Mrs. Mary Insia at Assin Dompim in the central region of Ghana. Kennedy Agyapong represents Assin Central in the Parliament of Ghana for the New Patriotic Party NPP. He was first elected a member of Parliament in 2000 to the seat of Assin North. He retained his seat in the 2004 and 2008 parliamentary elections. In 2012, he was elected in the new seat of Assin Central and was re-elected in 2016. Ken is mostly famous because he has dominated in the Assin region after becoming the Member of Parliament MP for the North side, then went on to become the MP for the Central side. Against this background, he is one of the most prominent politicians in Ghana who has been and is still active politically, socially, and economically for the last 20 years, representing an impressive 5 consecutive terms of being MP in Ghana's legislature. Ken Agyapong began schooling, trying to catch up with his peers. At 16 years, he was in Form 1 with 11-year-olds at Adisadel College in 1976. Ken Agyapong was an average boy in school, an underdog without a nickname, and who spent a large amount of time in secondary school fighting off bullies. Perhaps this was the precursor to the political life of calling a spade instead of describing it as an instrument for digging. Agyapong could not continue to 6th form at Adisadel because his teachers looked upon him in trepidation. This created disaffection between him and his teachers. Having closed the door on Adisadel College, he proceeded to Winneba Secondary School for the GCE A-level studies and excelled. Today, Adisadel College is proud to have awarded him thrice during the school's 100th anniversary. Honorable Kennedy Ohinie Agyapong obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Civil Engineering from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, NUST, then University of Science and Technology, UST, in Kumasi. He also studied in the Fordham University, New York, USA. Agyapong worked for a long time with the Ghana Highway Authority. He also owns a civil engineering firm, Constro Consult Limited. The wealthy, outspoken politician owns a number of companies such as Oman FM, Ash FM, Net2 TV, Supercare Company Limited, dealers in air conditioners, Mina Doro Ventures, MS Imperial World Business Limited, and Gold Coin Communication. He is also the director of Asim Farms, Supercare Group of Companies, and Hollywood Shopping Center, plus more. In terms of evidence-based description, one would not be mistaken at all to say that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is the loudest voice on radio and television in Ghana, especially on matters of corruption and other privileged information that he alone knows how to access. Agyapong is a philanthropist who sees to the interest of others first. He has always been mindful of the welfare of the needy in society. He believes that success is how well you position yourself in society to affect people's lives. But hey, Agyapong is a firebrand, a straight talker, and a man who expresses his views on matters of national interest and people's concern without fear or favor. It will interest you to know that before the affluent Kennedy Ohinie Agyapong traveled to Germany and the US in 1984, he used to sell PK, chocolate bars, blades, and buckets in streets around Kwame Nkrumah Circle as a youth. Some people erroneously attribute the wealth of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong to all manner of sources and motives for lack of the knowledge as to how he made it. But this is how Ken became a millionaire. When he traveled abroad, he worked 2 jobs in a bakery and at a gas station and earned $400 a week without a green card. He saved $100 of this small fortune and bought his first taxi out of a bakery, a gas station, and a taxi. Kennedy Agyapong bought 8 taxis in 7 months. He used $3,000 he saved from these 11 sources of income to buy auctioned cars at $1,500 and shipped them to Ghana for sale. This principle for personal practice by Agyapong is grounded on the fact that business is a multiplications timetable of earning from more than one source. In 1988, at 28 years, he bought his first house valued at $24,000 in East Legon near Ambassadorial Hotel. But Kennedy Agyapong's real breakthrough was on 30th September 1996 in the US when the Reagan administration instituted a US visa lottery through which one could win a green card to stay in the US. At a fee of $5,000, Kennedy Agyapong shipped 257 Ghanaians to the US, and this earned him $1,285,000. And that is how the Asing Fosu underdog broke through to become a millionaire. That figure of 257 stated earlier in respect of people he shipped abroad at best covers only people in his constituency. He shipped 400 people from his village, including some friends and family members, to the US. Kennedy Ohinie Agyapong owns many houses and at least 15 businesses in and outside Ghana. In spite of his simplicity of style, as mentioned earlier, when it comes to inspiring the youth, Kennedy Agyapong believes that modesty about a man's achievement does not inspire them, especially in a country that glorifies poverty and criminalizes wealth, as he puts it. To him, when you have money and you do not flaunt it, young men begin to think that real success is a criminally induced activity. Thus, in the interest of the youth, and without any intention of bragging or being full of himself, Ken sometimes exhibits his wealth to serve as a source of inspiration to the youth. He is the first Ghanaian individual to own an 8 million Ghana cedis Rolls Royce. He believes that to be successful, one must be armed with resolute confidence but not intimidated by any spirit of opposition. When it comes to living life, Kencity Agyapong takes no chances and nothing will stop him. Kencity Agyapong has always and still continues to advocate the need for black people to free ourselves from mental slavery. Thus, Ken thinks that none but us could free our own minds, for we are functions and products of our thoughts and thinking patterns. As a man thinks, so he is. That is not all. Honorable Kencity Agyapong is concerned about a creeping, escalating, trending tradition that has become a bane of deceit in certain religions in Ghana. Therefore, he is of the view that working hours should not be sacrificed for religious activity. Ken quizzes, why should productive working hours be used for prayer at the workplace or even to go to church to pray for breakthrough throughout the week? He believes that our prayer should praise, thank, and ask God to give us creative ideas to solve problems for humanity and to ask Him to help us do the right, for right is might, and that God should connect us to the right partners to help us solve problems. Therefore, people should identify problems facing humanity, no matter how small, and try to create solutions to them, for our God is a creator. To Him, this is what brings breakthrough. Some people spend weeks on the mountain praying for financial breakthrough without knowing what to do to be rich. They just want to be rich anyhow. Being rich himself, Kencity Agyapong says it doesn't work that way, because real wealth comes through solving problems and making proper use of the gifts and talents God has given us. Ken is a fan and believer in the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. It is against this background that Ken keeps cautioning people against indolence and inactivity, as well as the deceit that miracle services and magic wands will suddenly make money for them. How many bottles of anointing oil have you not bought with your hard-earned money in order to have a breakthrough, but nothing happened? How many anointing oils do you want to drink to become a billionaire? According to Kencity Agyapong, it is time to change our thinking and prayer pattern and to stop looking for shortcuts to the top. Rather, we should start looking for the problems we can solve for humanity, because money is actually a reward for solving problems for people and for managing talents and resources entrusted to our hands effectively and efficiently to achieve results and to avoid waste. Honorable Kencity Agyapong, you are indeed a great blessing to Ghana in particular and to the world as a whole. God bless you more.
Money in paying a say on ye payada or say aye and you bury honoring our father, our papa, our everything, our friend, our advisor and mentor. Yashada yes, Ghana's very own princess, eloquent and intelligent, the youngest poet, Nakiyat Dramini Sam. Also one Sam Kakra, Kazachehian Papa, Nozaman, Akwaba. Help me welcome Nakiyat Dramini Sam.
On the 16th of June, God gave mankind a special gift in the form of a man. Not just an ordinary man, but a king, a philanthropist, and an academician par excellence. Honorable Kencity Agyapong. Today we are here to say thank you and Aiko for your great and good works. Today, the blind man you've been looking for every day to give money says you are his eyes and life. The thousands of homeless children you feed says you are the reason for their existence. The aged and the orphan says you are their guardian angel. Your hands are as soft as the sparkling wool. Giving is in your genes. Lifting up of the destitute is your prime goal. Your smile, bright, glows and brings life into the sunken eyes of the forsaken soul. Honorable Kwame Kennedy Akompreku Agyapong. The skies bear witness to your soft heart, which yearns to see humankind live in absolute love and pursuit of common good for all. Your heart is bruised and sent you into quagmire when you see the sufferings of the masses. Au iyeputi siye sawahumudo eta unsueño aye. Daddy, awu asuro asaso identity odumankuma. You always yearn to see a world where there is equity. A world where the downtrodden will be lifted up by those who have it. Your heart is as soft as the effigy of love. Grandpa, I would say, why Samara day? Love conquers and surpasses all. Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreku Agyapong. Pintim Primbotum Amenwa. Pontom Prombotum Amenwa. Imbrikisi Botum Amenwa. Awa Iyakatabana. What Shrawutin Asede. Idiyatan Tampana. Isi Asasi Form. Wo Insutinu. Woha umpoda. Debiara rim mbwa na dazembwa zizi won ring ase. Grandpa. Awone bontia zizi imbenyin echi shisha enzepa ma woman. Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreku Agyapong. Wouldn't Kennedy ya atrawamba eson? Nasa oman biar ya no ochina ni beson fodo. Iraba wusu aye hunwa wimi oye ekuwe son. Jericho afesu wutrahu impene son jurugwi. Atetrana ponam ye son. Inti se echichama obroda na kasa abahu. Osande ne ponam biara yadakro. In this one, na coupon the ball, na oshredo. Santum frefreja. O money risha winanto. Na sing you was yow. This goes to the youth. Grandpa always says, with determination, you turn your adversities into opportunities. And you soar above light trials like a majestic eagle flying in the sky. Grandpa, in there woulda, Jiwenyua, Nyami in shrow, Oma Unquatsinsin, Na Arjen Cassi, Ebotum, Edalbo, Yem Mangana Hoban. Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreku Agyapong. Aye binti na wafro aye buafu. Please, I want you all to join me and sing a beautiful, pretty, handsome, happy birthday song for Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. thank you very much. Medahum Ninara Ase.
And still with a standing ovation, please, with a standing ovation, we welcome to the podium the man for the moment, the man that we are all here to celebrate and honor, the 61st birthday man whose heart warmeth every other thing, the Papa himself, Honorable Kennedy Kwame Agyapong.
Thank you very much. I don't know what to say. First, I want to say a big thank you to the organizers. And this is a big surprise. I've never seen such a thing in my life of 61 years. Safo, you've done well. Thank you very much. I want to thank all my friends who are here, MPs, ministers, and students, and the Pro-Vice for making today a great day for me. Once again, I say thank you. I think I'm fortunate. Why I'm fortunate is that many people do great things and they are only remembered when they die. But I've been fortunate to see what will happen when I die. Once again, I say a big thank you to all of you that have made it possible to be here. It's simple. I just have to share my life story to the youth who think there is no hope. There is hope. If a poor son, Kwame Agyapong, today stand before all of you, then you, at the age between 20 and 26, that you are in this university or institution, I share with you and encourage you that you will do better than me, because I never went to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I think at that portion, they were referring to my good friend Kwame Agyapong. I went to university at the age of 33. After driving taxi, working at gas station, bakery, I decided to go to university. And the reason was that in 1992, I sponsored Professor Edubuahi, myself, Dr. Preku, and my boss, Lawyer Kwadwo Aframasiedu, were in his house at airport. And he was sure that he was going to win. So he was forming his cabinet. And at that age, I had contributed immensely towards his campaign. So I was thinking, at least, I'll be made a deputy minister. And in his room, I saw the list. I didn't know the man is a prophet or was a prophet then. I took offense. That is why I went to university. Because Professor Edubuahi tapped me here, said, young man, you're going to be a good businessman. I didn't understand. I thought maybe that time I had not gone to university and just a Swiss former, maybe I didn't qualify to be a minister. Not knowing he saw something in me. I wish today he's alive for him to see that young man he tapped, he showed us that time. So after struggling
in 1992 and we lost the election, I decided to go to school, Fordham University. And even that, when I was at Fordham University, I had over $1 million in my account at a Greek bank in Ghana here. And my business, as you grow and come up, or my colleagues here that are into business will tell you, the level of dishonesty in this country when you are doing business. In my absence, those I left behind collapsed my business, and I had to leave. So I stopped the school, the third year, going to fourth year at 3.8, and twice appearing on American Who is Who, I left. And I remember my dean, Professor Houston, calling my house, telling my wife to convince me to come back to school. Another thing that inspired me to stop the school was that my professor, economic professor, introduced me to a company called Smith Bank. That was Solomon and Solomon, today Smith Bank. And they agreed with me, the third year student, to pay me $120,000 then. Myself and one colleague, may he so rest in peace, Atta from Achinsua, who also got opportunity to work with AT&T. Atta was 120 and they offered me 89 until I finished. So I went back home and asked my wife, so you mean after going to school all this while, I'll come back home with 89,000 and even minus Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the tax you have to pay. So I'm not going to take home 89,000. At the same time, Prof, my business was collapsing. So I was in a crossroad, whether to finish or leave and go and do my business. If I had completed Fordham University, I would have been in jail. You know why? Because I introduced the US lottery first in Ghana here. And my workers were collecting $5,000, giving receipts in my company name and depositing the money into their own accounts. And they could not even deliver the purpose why the people paid the $5,000. So I was owing a lot. And therefore, if I had continued till the final year, 1 year, God knows how much I'll be in debt I will be. So I decided to come home. And young men and women listening to me, honesty pays. I came back, all the money that they've collected, I had to refund the money from the money that I had saved with our Greek bank to have my peace. Today, I tell you, all of them are dead broke because of dishonesty. They are all dead broke. And I have survived because of honesty. I am interested in the youth because I've realized in this country, politics especially, is dividing this country. Politics is dividing this country. And as a result, I see young men and women coming to me with their applications looking for jobs. And I will start by saying that the students here, take your destiny into your own hands, and sky will be the limit. Government cannot employ all students, 100,000 students graduating every year. Don't expect that government, no country, that the government employs almost all the students or the labor force. I believe government has to do its part. Government has to be responsible by creating enabling environment for conducive businesses, conducive environment for people, entrepreneurs to take over and also create jobs to employ or absorb the students that come out of college. In Ghana, we have about 900,000 government employees. And we have over 5-6 million young men and women, the labor force I'm talking about, looking for jobs. So if you want to succeed in life, today, use me as an example that a poor soul that was born in Asin Dompim, I carried my chop box and trunk from Asin Fosu to Adsado College, Cape Coast. Today, because we have good road, it's 45 minutes. Now, Prof, that time, it took about 4 hours from Asin Fosu to Cape Coast. I got there, my hair was brown, my face was brown, everything. When I say brown, you understand, dust. A senior looked at me and called me, "Hey, come here. What is your name?" I said, "Kwame Agyapong. Where are you from?" "Asin Dompim." And he stared at me, "Where is Asin Dompim?" I said, "Somewhere." He said, "A fumo, a fum." You know, when you look at my trunk and chop box, it was painted with dust. But we survived. We survived with perseverance. You know, you see what we call dadama. Some of the students, Saturdays, I remember very well. Some, in fact, when I was in London about 2 years ago, a friend of mine confessed to me that he was going to chase a girl in Wesley Girls and he had to go and borrow a spotless white shirt from one of our classmates. I could not. In the first place, I seen Dompim English and Wesley Girls English. Yeah, you can imagine. They would not even look at you. So I was always sticking to my books, chewing Baba, because the English, sometimes from that village, you don't even understand. But you have to chew and pour. I could memorize it and give you dito. In fact, Macbeth, I can tell you, from Act 1, Scene 1, all the way to the end, it is when I went to university, then I could understood what I was actually chewing in Adsado College, but I chewed to pass. You know, with all this, you see friends, weekends, I will not mention names, it's not nice. They will come with their parents, luxury cars, and I remember one of them, he will put the car on reverse, and he says, "Attention, please, this car is coming back. Attention, please, this car is coming back." And we all go and surround the car, looking at the, you know, today when we see him. You know, it's hard work, trust me. I'm giving you all these references for you to know that there is hope if you take your destiny into your own hands and work hard. You can't sleep. You can't rely on government for everything. You can't rely on Agyapong for everything. You have to start something. Last week, we were at a funeral, and my good friend, His Excellency, was telling me, "Oh, as for the PK, you were lying." And I had to demonstrate to him. I had it on a plate, a bigger one. We have PK here, Tetra blade here, Nazareth is also a blade, Rob, and chocolate. So I'm going to Mr. Brian's place. I'll show you. Yes, PK chocolate, Tetra Nazareth, yes, Rob. You know, and on vacation, I'll go to the airport and we sell my PK, and I'll see my classmates going to London. In fact, one day I came back and told my mother, "I'm not going to sell the PK again because God doesn't like me." Not knowing God was preparing me for a place better than that. With that hardship and endurance. That is why I'm here today. And therefore, young men and women, never be solely headed that you've been to university and therefore your success is determined. It is not true. You have to work at it. And if you want to succeed in life, first thing in life is honesty. You have to be honest. A lot of people, when they are given opportunity, they try to steal, they try to be this. The dishonest ones, it doesn't end well for them. So key to success, the first thing is honesty. Second, hard work. I hope you are taking notes, because those who think at the end of your education you're going to be rich because you have a degree from UPSA, it's not true. Education will help you to analyze your expenditure, the revenue coming in, and all those things. But if you are not honest in your dealings, I'm afraid you will not succeed. If you are not hardworking, you will not succeed. Hard work in terms of what? Before I bought the taxis that they were talking about, I was working at the gas station and at the same time bakery, Zaro Bakery. Zaro Bakery, 40 hours, I was making $120 a week, take home. And my rent was $432. So if I'm earning $480 and I don't have extra job, I'll be left with what? About $48. So I had to do extra job by taking another job at Gasiteria gas station. And there, Monday 8 hours, Tuesday 8 hours, Wednesday 8 hours, Thursday 8 hours, Friday 8 hours, Saturday 24 hours, Sunday 24 hours, making 88 hours a week, plus the Zaro Bakery 40 hours a week, making 128 hours a week, and I was earning $400 a week, a guy without green card. That time, those with green card and American passports or American citizens, they will go to Waldorf Astoria or Hemsley Place, do their 8 hours, come back for their core 45 or Old English, and they will be enjoying themselves. That time I'll be working. Through that, I bought my first taxi, and every day I saved $100. 30 days, $3,000, I'll go to New Jersey and buy an old car, either Caprice or Impala, Chevy Caprice or Chevy Impala. Then I'll go to my insurance company, insured it, and partition. You partition it because if you don't take time, somebody will give you a shot and that's it, you are dead. So I partition the taxi with insurance, registration on the road, and they pay $40 a day. No excuse. If my car breaks down, bring it to me, let me take it to the mechanic. If you take it to the mechanic, I'm afraid I'm not going to accept it. I'll take my $40. In 7 months, I had 8 taxis. 8. So I was making $380 a day. Because I make 100, the 7 taxis give me 280. I bought my first house at East Legon, 17th April 1988. I was 28 years. I bought that for my parents when they were sacked from Flagstaff House. The Jubilee House now was for army officers, the WOs. That's where my parents were staying. My stepfather couldn't build, so they moved them, pushed their things outside. Fortunately for me, Azuma Nelson came to America with his coach, managers. So I pleaded with them. I gave them the first $16,000. In fact, they looked for the property for my parents to move in. Then I gave the balance. And that time at age 28, at the same time in 1988, I bought my first house in America, 624 Commonwealth Avenue. And the down payment was $69,000 at that time. The cost of the property was 220. I remember Chase Bank. They were talking to me on the phone. He could tell from my deep accent and look at the paper, the age was 28. He asked me, "Are you an African?" I said, "Yes." "Where are you from?" "Ghana." "What work do you do?" I said, "I drive taxi." "And you are buying this house?" I said, "Yes." That is 28. My house was just next to Jennifer Lopez's parents. That was 622. They were in 622 Commonwealth Avenue, and I was in 624 Commonwealth Avenue. It went on and on and on. Here we are today. So that poor boy, they were calling a phone when I raised my hands to answer questions. All the students would turn and look at me because I was the tallest and the oldest. I went to school at the secondary school at the age of 16, whilst Gatisams and the rest were aged 10 and 11. So when I raised my hands to answer a question, they all turned. Kwame Agyapong, Anu Blofu Chebe. You know, today they are proud of me. My classmates are really proud of me, and I thank them for that. So, Kwame Agyapong, a form, Anu Blofu Chebe. Look at the people here, just paying attention just to listen to me. Trust me, you can do it and do it better. It's just determination. You have to think big, dream big, talk big. Because in our society, when you dream big, your friends will tell you, "Oh, this guy, he's too new. He talks too big. He can't do it." Never keep, I'm giving you my strategy. Never keep things to yourself. Tell the deputy minister sitting here that I, Kencity Agyapong, I'm going to build 45-bedroom house, and read my lips, I'll build it. But the moment you tell her, if you are not able to do it, you have failed. So by telling her or telling a second person becomes a challenge to you, and you have to fulfill all the things that you have said that you're going to do it. So tell somebody that one day I will be somebody. And you will be somebody if you are determined. Say after me, one day, I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Tell your friend, one day, I'll be somebody. And you will. You will. Don't give up in life at all. Whatever challenges you are going through today, turn all your negatives to be positive by enduring the challenges and standing up to the challenges. It is not going to be smooth. Life, what I call life and success, is like multitudinous incarnadine. Multitudinous incarnadine. It's like waves. It goes up, it comes down, and it goes up. If you go up and come down, you better get up, boy. If you don't get up, that's the end of you. But when you get down, it's the experience. When you get up again, you don't want to come down, because when you were there, the terrible things you went through becomes a lesson to you. Friends that you buy beer for them to drink, when you get broke, the things they will say about you all becomes a lesson that you will not want to get to that level again. And when you begin to think positively like that, trust me, you're going to succeed. And all those friends who were laughing at you, one day you invite them again. But you tell them to their face, I will tell you straight away, you know, whatever you said about me 10 years ago when I was broke, I know, but eat, drink, and go. But you have taught me a lesson. That is why I've succeeded. So life is how you make it. Nobody can do it for you. See, I always tell my children that I may there one day, and when I'm dead and gone, because you did not go through the hardships I went through, you might not be able to sustain the wealth I've left behind. So I'm teaching them. I teach them the hard way. You make a mistake, you're out. One strike, you're out. Fortunately for me, I have many children. So parable of the sower. Some will fall on the wayside, others will germinate. Then you move on. I'm inculcating discipline into them. I don't want them to be solely headed like those kids who were driving their father's cars. Attention, please, this car is coming back. You know, my son is here. We went to Dubai. He used his own money to buy his second car. I said, good. Whilst my brother came to me and said, oh, this is your Mercedes that you are not using. Why don't you give it to your son? I said, you see, you are older than me, but I have to tell you, you are foolish. You are foolish. That is why all your children have not succeeded. I should give my S-class to my son. When he graduated, honorable, the same school with you, that's where he did his master's, Wales. I bought him a first car. And his second car, he has to work and buy it himself. My brother was telling me, oh, give him your Mercedes S500. I said, me? S500? I was carrying water 6 a.m. in the morning. And he got the first car. I wore shoe at the age of 16. 16, when I was going to secondary school. Even that, I had some severe beatings from my father. Because I didn't know he was going to London that time. And that time, you didn't need a visa. You only need money. And that poor teacher, I don't know, he didn't have money. He went and he was deported. So he brought his hunger back to Kumasi. And we were children of teachers. That time, all my friends, their parents have bought them shoes. So when you go to their house, then they'll go and bring the shoe. This is what my father bought me. That time, my father probably was in London airport being deported. I didn't know. So when he came and I said, I want a shoe, I remember very well. Kumasi Home Stores. That was the first time they opened Kumasi Home Stores. He went there, we couldn't get the shoe. And I said, I won't go home. So they convinced me to go home in a week later. I had severe beatings and they took me to my village. When my auntie saw the clothes I was wearing, he asked me, what's your problem? I can't take this. Straight, he put me in a train, sleeper, from Takoradi to Accra, to my mother. When my mother saw me, she asked, what is wrong with you? I said, I want shoe. And she started crying. That's it, that's all. And there's a shop opposite her place, Sika Ofie. So he went there and bought me my first shoe when I was going to Adisado College. So now, you finish university, you have your own car. You spoil the car, you want me to buy you another one. Wow, it won't happen. We went to Dubai, he came to me, oh, Daddy, I bought a car. Now he's so chiseled, he doesn't want to spend. You see, he doesn't want to spend his money. First, at ease, oh, Daddy, then they'll be doing this. One day he was arrested by the police. They called me from America. Hey, my father is Agyapong, this and that. They called me. I said, yes, let me talk to the police officer. The police officer explained to me. I said, I'll lock him up. They locked him. My friend had to beg me for 3 hours. I said, no, I just turned off my phone. So I don't know how he got out. See, this is how I train my kids. And now he's doing very well. You see, they have organized these beautiful things here. I say thank you to Kenneth and Safo and Oman FM, Kencity Media. You guys have done very well. So youth, in this country, we are rich. We can be successful. But we need to take our destiny into our own hands. Let us challenge ourselves as human beings. And we can do it. Now, all of you are going to church singing and chanting for God to give you what? Wealth. God is listening to everybody in the world. All the people are chanting. Are you the only person chanting? No. He has given us brains. If God wanted us to chant 24 hours, he would have created us just like animals and these birds flying all over the place. They don't plant anything. They go there, they eat, and they go to bed. God has created us as superior human beings. Wake up in the morning and ask yourself, ask God, is that the image of you? You said you've created me in your own image. So I want to know, God, if this is the image of you in me, then show me the way also to make it in life. Challenge the odds, the superstition. When you start business, it's not going to be easy. Problems are going to come, challenges are going to come. But strike hard when the iron is hot. And don't rely on any pastor for your destiny. The moment you go to the pastor, I have our reverend here. We had a fantastic program before I left for Dubai. The moment you go, he knows that you are vulnerable. So they begin to put fear in you. You give it to them. By the time you realize you are broke, and if you doubt me, when you go to the churches, you will go to church 7 days in a week, 365 days in a week. The very day I go to the church, I'll be giving the front pew, because they know Agyapong has come today. Yeah, I went to Methodist Church at Kokomlemle, my mother's church, before she died. I went there, and the pastor, the priest said, "Oh, and Nadia can Agyapong abedi." And when they were giving their collection, or whatever they call, they started from 10,000. So I gave a check, 10,000 cedis. Then it came to 5,000, and one woman gave it. The rest, they couldn't, then they came to 500, 200, they were clapping. Saw a lot of people coming out with their 2 cedis, and the whole church was quiet. 1 cedi, quiet. 50 pesos, quiet. Okay. Then, chairman of the occasion, I had to talk. And I said, I'm very, very disappointed in Methodist Church. And because of your behavior today, I won't go to Methodist Church again. Because the first time I entered here, you said, oh, today can Agyapong abaya ye. Me the fed ye ene this kind of man enye do. But I see that old lady coming with 1 cedi with joy in her face. God will bless her more than me. But you didn't say thank you to them. So he said, oh, we apologize. Let us clap for those who brought 1 cedi. My mother swore never to invite me again. You know, so my reference is that all of you that go to church 24/7, I go once a year when I'm invited. When I go there, I'll be given the best seat because I've worked hard. And that day, all the 365 days collection you've given to the church, I can give 2 times more than that. And therefore, I'll be giving the best praise. So why can't you be one of those guys who can also go there and give the best offering? You can only do that when you work hard. So please, let's take our destiny into our own hands. There is no witch anywhere. Before ni baby When you fail in life, then you attribute it to your grandmother. You fail in life, you attribute it to your father. When you were smoking jar, yeah, man. Yeah, today, morning chore, this. Was your grandmother there? Was he there? When you were stealing from your boss and you got fired, was your grandmother there? So please, I don't believe in those things. No witches anywhere. And God, the way I run my mouth, if indeed there's witches that you claim to be, where will I be? No. You just have to take your destiny into your own hands. Challenge yourself. I'm doing what I'm doing today. I went to 37 Military Hospital and I said, I'm going to build ultra-modern cardiothoracic center for Ghana. I was yearning to do this because we have to prove to Ghanaians and ourselves that we can make it without a white man. Let's challenge ourselves that we can do it. I went there, the architect brought a design and he said 45 bedroom. How much? $2 million. I started laughing. Said, that's all. Kolebu, what is the size of the cardiothoracic center there? He said 30 beds. Say double it. Or give me 2.5 size of that. So today, I cut a sword for 80 beds. I've given them a deposit. And I have 1 year to pay $3 million to finish the project with the equipment. And trust me, I'm going to do it, and I'll do it. Doctors, they crack their brains, work steady, and they don't pay them well. They wanted just $11,000 to go for training for 6 months to come and man this facility. And they don't have 11,000. For 1 year, 7 doctors can afford $11,000 each. Our calculators, 11,000 times 7 is 77. I said, I'll give you 100,000. Put the rest for allowance. I got this inspiration from a family. When my father was sick and admitted at St. Barnabas Hospital in New Jersey, whilst he was in the room, I was reading what is on the board, and the story goes like a couple, husband and wife, built the whole hospital. Although they've expanded it, they built the whole hospital for even me, or I, the African, has benefited from there. So why can't I do the same for my country? I'm doing this for my country. No politics. NDC, MPP, CPP, we are all bogus. We are all bogus. We are polarizing the country, and it's about time that we speak and criticize ourselves and make sure we change the destiny of the youth of this country. I live for you. So live for your brother too. That's the only way we can change the destiny of this country. Talking plenty, criticizing good things being done in this country, you get your opponent to turn it around and destroy the good intention of whatever you want to do. That must stop and move this country. I'm setting the pace and challenge for you, the youth, that if that poor boy from Asin Dompim has done it, you can do it better. If that poor boy who could not speak English, anytime you raise your hand, anu blofu cheme, today, I raised $3 million at ease. A PK seller and a graduate like you will do far better than me. So you should have hope. You should have hope that the future will be bright. You are not going to be like this for the rest of your life. If you work hard, you don't cheat people. I tell the guys all the time that, look, even when you are in the mood of having sex with your wife, a call will come. Agyapong, your money is ready. I say, honey, you got away, baby. I got to take that money. When I come back, fresh mind, good heart, I give you good sex. So you have to marry your job. That is what I mean. Marry your job. And your wife and family will be happy. And some of you will tell you, oh, okay, my wife and the family are home. I have to go home. When there's money to be made, Jimmy. Just pick a phone. Honey, you know what? I got some deal on the table here. Let me finish before. I'm going to be late for an hour or two. Finish the deal. You go home. Money is on the table. When money is on the table, I've seen a nice lady who had come to complain to me that she is getting divorced. Why? Said, the husband cannot take care of the family. I say, wow, sky moja ambao. Oh, Drane Kacho, so money is not anything. When I catch you, read Ecclesiastes 10:19. It says, food is for laughter, wine is for merrymaking, and money answers it all. When you do that, you work hard, you make the money, you go to church on Sunday, you also give some to God. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against worshiping. No. Any man who says there's no God, to me, you are a fool. If you want to know God, just sleep. When you are tired and you sleep, ask yourself, when you were asleep, where were you? That body that is talking to everybody here, I go to bed and I'm nobody. That alone tells me there's a superior being. The superior being that I don't know is God, whatever you call it. So I believe in God. But I don't want to be over-reliant on God for everything. That is the problem I have in this country. We are over-reliant on God for everything. The white man brought this Christianity. Go to Germany and check how many people go to church. Go to England, check. Go to USA, check. And we are always in the church. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my house in Tema. Monday I'll see, especially the lady. I'm going to my site as early as 5. School filled. I said, gee. So I was with a Chinese lady, and she asked me, what are they saying? I said, well, I explained to her what they were doing. I said, oh, so you think Satan is only in Ghana? So they want to arrest the Satan here. Satan will not be in China or what? You see, simple breakdown of your stupidity. The day God rested, he said, he created this world with 6 days, and the 7th day he rested. Yes. So you can go to church. If you are SDA, Saturday. If you are Methodist or whatever, Sunday, no problem. But 7 days, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry my good friend is here, but he is open-minded because he's finance guru. He understands. He got the calling to serve the Lord. That is why he is different. And he understands my angle where I am coming from. A lot of these pastors, I'll give you an example. Obinim is not my enemy. My stepfather and Obinim's father are from the same family. They are first cousins. The question I asked, I'll go to the funeral. I'll go, because my stepfather says we should go. I'll go. But the question is, why is it that if Obinim has powers, his father was dying and he couldn't heal him, but when you are sick, he says he can heal you? You are stupid. Very, very stupid. If charity begins at home, if he has that powers to heal you, let him heal his father first. As simple as that. So please, I am not against God, but I'm worshiping hard work. I'm sitting here, what the VC said, Pro-Vice Chancellor said, took my mind off the thinking. I was thinking, if you observe, I was touching here, plants need dorsum. But when Pro-Vice started talking, I was paying attention and I forgot about whatever I was thinking. You have to think, plan your life, how you are going to make it. And trust me, you will make it too. God that you worship will not let your toil be in vain. You will make it. So as a country, I am interested in the youth because you are the future of this country. My uncle, who was a village king, meaning in terms of education, he attended just commercial school and working at Ghana Commercial Bank. We visited his house. He was heavily drunk. His wife was so beautiful, very nice. But he sacked us from his house. He did not see the future in us. I took 3 of his kids to America. Akwana na nintuma mubono. Akwana opamno se nintuma mubono. I took 3 of his kids to America. That is why I have faith in the youth. That time I was young. He did not think through it. He could not foresee that one day this young man can be somebody. That is why I'm interested in the youth, sharing my experience with you. That you can make it in life. You just have to be determined. Work hard. You have to be sincere in your dealings with your superiors. They'll call you names. They discourage you. Just be a fool for a while, and you will be a leader of the wise men. Be a fool for a while in any institution that you are. Eventually, you'll be rewarded by your hard work and your foolishness as they perceive you to be. And you, the fool, will rule the wise people because of their dishonesty. So please, it is not by magic that you are here listening to me. I'm sharing my experience with you to encourage you that there is light. Honorable, is it under the tunnel or it should be straight? We all have future. We should know how to manage our life to bring out the gift that God has given us, the talent that God has given us. If you sit at one place and rely on God to do everything for you, you will fail. I use the Bible again, the last one, and I'm done. The parable of the talent. The significance of that parable of the talent is that God helped those who help themselves. One day I was listening to a debate between Kwesi Pratt and Kwaku Bakun, and Kwaku Bakun said, in the Bible, it says, God helped those who help themselves. And Kwesi Pratt said, there is nowhere in the Bible that says God helped those who help themselves. I said, Kwesi Pratt, he doesn't know the Bible. He has a literal meaning. If you're a theologian and you read and know the significance of that parable, it says the rich man was traveling and he gave his 3 servants money. When he came back and asked the first one, so I was afraid. So I hid it. He said, give it to me. The second one, he asked him, what did you do? Oh, I got this profit. Hold on. The third one, yes, what did you do? I doubled the money you gave me. The Bible says the one who was afraid of his boss or master, he took the money and shared it. The word is proportionately, not equally. He shared it among the two proportionately. And when a child will say, and expect manna to come from heaven. So you have to work 24/7 and turn your life around. And when God sees that seriousness in you, he will uplift you, and you will be the shine and the glory of God to the rest of the people as you are celebrating me today. Ladies and gentlemen, the youth of this country, let's take our destiny into our own hands. Don't rely on government for everything. Don't rely on your parents for everything. Because now you are matured. Go out there. Any job that will sustain you, put your education aside. Take it. Work. And because you are educated, you'll be able to analyze your situation better than those of our parents who could not get the opportunity to go to school. That is the essence of education. It is important. But if you say that, oh, I'm a graduate, there's no job. Why should I take this job? I'm not going to do it. You chew your certificate. Yeah, but when you start small, you will get there. If you are lucky also to get employed, what you have to do is prove yourself to your bosses. Let them know. What you don't know, feel free to ask how it is done. I can tell you a story, you won't believe it. A whole human being did that. I gave a scholarship to 3 kids in my constituency. And I wanted to give them exposure. The guy was in my office as a secretary, trying to help me, call it secretary. One day, I drank coffee and there were stains in my cup. I asked the guy to go and clean the cup. I don't know what happened to me. I entered the bathroom and he was using the toilet brush. I swear to God, cleaning my cup. That is how dumb he was. But I forgave him because of where I picked him. I said, I'm going to change this guy. I'm going to change this guy. I sat him down, explained to him, this is for toilet. This is for the cup. Today, he's a graduate working. He calls me from time to time, oh, Honorable, my friend Mechi. I'm saying, how are you doing? What did you learn from me? So I've learned a lot. Yes. That time, if I had been mad and said I'd get out from my office, I would have done a disservice to that young man because he was innocently ignorant. Not that deliberately he used the toilet brush to clean my cup. So this is how bad some of us from the rural areas, we encounter challenges. We are not exposed to a lot of things. So you getting the opportunity to come to university, trust me, you can do better than Agyapong. You can also do worse than Agyapong. When you become swollen-headed, yeah, I'm the graduate from UPSA. I don't want this job. I graduated in business administration. By the time you realize I'm selling Bruni Wewu in bales, I'll be selling Bruni Wewu in wholesale level. And you still be holding your certificate, BA administration or whatever, BSc. So if you complete your education, you look for a job, and you don't have anything, try and do something. Even a kiosk. Put your certificate aside. Build the kiosk. Build the business. And one day, you'll be a big businessman and employ your classmates who wanted to be employed by government. When I was leaving Fordham University, I'm going to end here. Apparently, my wife, she was not happy the fact that I was a sixth former, and all her family, they are graduates, R.P. Baffo's family. They are graduates. So one day, I came to Ghana, and my results went home in America. She took it and opened it. Then I had 5 days from that semester. And she had told all her cousins. So anybody who calls me, say, oh, congratulations. Then I ask, congratulations for that. What? Oh, you had 5 days. Say, is that why you're congratulating me? So all along, you ladies thought I'm dumb. Here. So when I was leaving the school and the dean called my wife to talk to me, I said to her, beautiful lady, Madame Adjoa Fritzwa Stella Wilson Agyapong, I want to assure you that I don't have a degree, but one day I'll employ PhDs, masters, PAs to work for me. And I have done exactly that. I have done exactly that. So trust me, the youth, you can do it. You are the future of this country. Work hard, be honest, save money. Today, all the girls are looking at you, so you are swollen-headed. Go and watch this movie, Scarface. There were 2 friends, political refugees in Cuba. When they went to America, one was so handsome, wherever he goes, chasing the girls. And he told him, a friend told him, that's Al Pacino. He said, we are political refugees from Cuba. You first have to make the money. When you have the money, you have the power. When you have the power, you have the women. And all those who are borrowing shares to go to Wesley Girls, the girls don't even want to see them. On my phone, I don't talk. Ladies, I don't know. I call her, we met here, when she and baby are rats. Or rapomi. So the time that we are going to spend on women, the time that we are going to spend on men, concentrate on your education. A time will come that the prettiest woman will bring her application. A time will come, the richest man will come to you because you have sacrificed your time, a better use of your time in college. And your reward will not be in vain. But if you spend all your time chasing girls, women, men, young men, trust me, you waste your time. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto thee. On earth, seek ye first capital, and the rest shall follow. On this note, I want to end here and say a big thank you to all of you for listening to my nonsense. God bless all of you.
God richly bless you,
Honorable.
too.
Honorable, please don't go. Honorable, please come back. Honorable, please come back. We have a citation for you, and it will be presented by Lawyer Charles Kweku Amo Date and Banasco. So they are coming. Give them a round of applause as they come up.
Thank you very much. Please, you can sit. This citation is from members of the Strong Voices Network. I'll use this opportunity to invite all the members upstage. Please, all the members, I guess you are all here, come upstage. Honorable, We are most privileged to be associated with you. And on this special day of your 61st birthday, which you have chosen to also share with us your life experiences, the struggles you have gone through, and where you've gotten to, and where indeed you are going. We thought it was that this is the best opportunity for us to show a sort of appreciation to you, your platform that you gave us, where it has taken us to in the political dispensation, and our ability to show off what we are made of as a result of the experiences that you share with us. On this very day, we want to present this citation to you as members of the Strong Voices Network, a strong team that is working seriously behind you in all things, gathering the information for you at all times, and ensuring that the things you do get on smoothly as it must be. We want to thank you so very much for the opportunity you gave us to work with you, and we are most grateful.
Honorable, you are a good person. You are a great man. You are a wonderful man and a great leader. I am particularly impressed by your words of wisdom and the experiences and the exposure you had in the United States and in Ghana, and how you are sharing it to the youth of this country. From what I heard, I think the sky is the beginning, but not the limit. So, please say after me before I read this. I will work hard and be ready. Maybe one day my chance will come. Thank you very much. The citation goes as thus. Birthday wishes from members to Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. We have observed that everything you touch is successful. It is no doubt because of your strong morals and character. You have been a great role model of selfless giving, and we are proud and happy to celebrate you on this special occasion. May God continue to enrich you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as you continue to lead us. May God bless you and enrich you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is the first time I'm seeing the Strong Voice Network. You are behind the scenes. Now you have exposed yourself. So now we know those behind the Strong Voice Network. We're bad. Thank you very much for honoring me on my birthday. I always say I'm privileged to be alive, to see friends, my workers, admire me and celebrate me. Thank you very much. I'm proud to see my young parliamentarians here, that when they were in school, I was with them. I've always been with the youth. And now, I want the 3 MPs to get up. The youth. The youth. You can be like them too, and better. He was in Kivas when I first picked him up. He became the TESCOM president, UCC. And here you see him today, a member of parliament for Praeso. You have Doma, and you have Yendi, all my young men coming to celebrate with me. I asked them to get up just to inspire you that you also have a future and you can make it. They did not sleep. They worked hard to become an MP with sitting MPs especially in Koko, and Doma is not a joke. But we were able to beat them. So trust me. I have Honorable Brian here, the secret negotiator and the supporter of, Godfather of OPK. We thank you. I thank my good friend, my minister. I promised you that you'll be a minister. Here you are. I want to know from myself if I can be a prophet too. So thank you very much, Madam Asipa.
Thank you. Honorable, please, we would love you to sit here, have a seat here. We have the question and answers time. So if you have a question you want to ask, you can do that. But for now, let's invite the Vice Chancellor to join Honorable upstage.
Professor Charles Bano.
And we hear there are some individuals and some other groups who really also want to give some citation and some gifts to the Honorable, but then kindly hold on for a few minutes. Yes.
So we'll be having a question and answers time. So if you have a question, you can raise up your hand and we will be called. First, Honorable Charles Yawamufabuache.
Thank you very much. I've warned you not to be using the Charles, please. Once again, happy birthday to you, though belated. I have two simple questions. What's your take on the session of the Ghanaian youth who are saying, fix the country? My second question, Defense and Interior Committee, recent happenings, killings, are we safe? These are my two questions.
Honorable, before you answer, we want to restrict the questions to what Honorable said, his personal life experiences with the youth, and what we can also learn from Honorable. Anything aside this will be on another forum. Thank you.
I think I disagree with you a bit. You know, some people have questions baffling them that they think today is an opportune time for them to ask. Allow them. So that whilst we are doing business, we do politics as well. He's asked a good question. And it's good we have students here. Students are discerning. So let me answer this. You see, I'm not against anybody who will say, fix the country. What I am against is pointing fingers that you fix the country. I want them to say, we should fix the country. Because this finger pointing at you, the four is pointing at me. It is not only government or leadership that has to solve the problem. The attitude of Ghanaians must change. And without changing their attitude for positive attitude, our bad attitude, we cannot fix this country. I'll give you an example. If you are employed to work at the toll booth, and a year is supposed to, or they made 383 million Ghana cedis, and 1.8 million cedis went to government. Who stole the money? Is it a minister or the president? You are holding the president responsible or the minister responsible because he's the head. Yes, I agree. What happens to the one who stole the money? So, we should all fix the country. I don't have a problem at all. But one person cannot fix the country, young man, because our culture, right from day one, makes every Ghanaian corrupt. It's no fault of theirs because they saw their parents' attitude, they copied it, and they thought it was normal. We become discerning when we become educated and we know that this is not the way to run a country. Then some of us begin to change. Those who don't get opportunity to go to school may not be discerning. And therefore, they think whatever behavior they put up is normal. But it is not the norm. So our culture alone makes all of us corrupt. So we should all fix it. If we are all going to fix it, I don't have a problem. I saw this tricycle, what they call Boboya, charges people and take a garbage and dump it on the motorway. Did the Kufuado ask him to dump it there? Did Minister of Sanitation ask him to dump it there? No. So we should all fix it. I don't have a problem if we say we should fix it. But don't say fix it when you have not fixed your bad attitude. It won't help us. You're talking of security. You see, I am not against your question, but we should always compare. If you are informed, you know that the barometer they set for the peace in various countries, the whole Africa, Ghana is second most peaceful country. So when they come up with this propaganda telling you violence here and there, let me tell you, I'm just coming from America. The past 3 weeks, over 199 people have been killed. Mass spraying, mass killing. They shoot them. Why are they not talking about it? Why? But I am not accepting that people should be killed. No. We still have to do something about it. Today, I had something on my table with regards to what you are saying. We're going to talk to the ministers, visit them, and see how best we can solve it. But Ghana is not as bad as you think. It is not true. Ghana is adjudged the second most peaceful country in Africa. And we have your own citizens criticizing everything. We have to stop it, all right, but it is not as bad as it's being painted. Travel and see. If you travel, then you see that you have a good president. You have good government that is managing our resources well. And of course, that's the nature of politics. I am not surprised at whatever going on in this country because I use America as an example. When you see the Republicans and the Democrats, what is going on in America now, then NDC is not doing anything to MPP. So please, it is not as bad as you think, but we're still going to work at it. So let's all of us fix it. Thank you.
Okay, so we have two microphones, one at the left, one at the right. So you can come closer if you want to ask a question. Please move to the microphones and ask your question. Yes, can we hear you?
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable and Prof. Now, Honorable, watching the documentary and then listening to your testimony.
Please, if you are coming, please try and be in your nose mask. When you are coming here, please be in your nose mask before you ask the question. Okay. So you can go ahead, but the rest can come.
All right, thank you. Now, Honorable, I realize that since 1988, perhaps before then, you've been able to sustain and control your wealth till today. And I've realized that for most entrepreneurs, when they make the money, eventually you realize that they go broke and they are not able to sustain the wealth. Then also you have people who are entrusted with wealth by parents and eventually they lose that wealth. Now I foresee a situation whereby the secret that led you to be able to sustain and control your wealth to today should be maybe a book that some of us will read to be able to control and sustain our wealth. Would you care to share your secret with us? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I've gotten broke before. Don't think, yeah, I was broke, I think 2 times. But the 3rd time, I said to myself, it's not going to happen again. The first one in 1992, after the election and the Kufuor lost, I was in Ghana for 8 months. I lost my girlfriend that I was madly in love with because I was broke. 2, my office in New York. I stayed in Ghana for 8 months. When I went back, the landlord has taken everything in my office. I had only 1 car left, and I started driving taxi again. Call it Dala from Co-op City to Baychester. Co-op City to Baychester. That is when I was going to university. When I had this money here, I didn't want to touch it, so I was using my car, Lincoln town car, for taxi. Then the second one, I lost a lot of money here. I had to sell 6 out of my 9 houses to start life again. That is when I said, it's not going to happen. I got broke through family, not friends, family. Got me broke. But I rose to the occasion. Fortunately, at age 32, I had 11 houses in Ghana. Why? Because we did the amnesty program introduced by Reagan. I was not a lawyer, just a sixth foreman. So whatever money I made that time, quick, I'll come to Ghana and buy a house, then I go back. The lawyers, I don't want to say anything. When we finished the program, I had 11 houses. Some of them married some beautiful ladies, and now when I see them, they are old. You know? So, life, I used that example of multitudinous in Canada. You go up, you come down. So, I collapsed twice. And the 3rd time, I said, hell no, it's not going to happen. That is when I decided, and let me share that with you. If you finish school and you establish your business, don't get your family involved. When you are in a plane, going to do business, and a man walks to you to say that he's the Jesus Christ we don't know and worship. If he says, Jesus Christ says to you that he knows Ghana, don't believe in Jesus Christ again. Apply all business principles to protect your interests. Because Jesus Christ that we are worshiping, visiting Ghana, he's been corrupted. Yeah, and that has helped me. I don't believe in anybody. I believe in myself. That is why I survived the 3rd time. I didn't make it happen again. No friends, no relative friends. You pick and choose. Those who share the same vision with you, deal with them. So don't think I have not gone through hardships before. I have, but I had to survive. That is where you learn your lessons. Then you correct them, and you become a better person, a better businessman. So it's necessary to fall, so that when you rise, you will not make that mistakes again. Don't think life is going to be smooth, straight like that for you. You'll be a fool, because you'll be so swollen-headed, you think you've made it in life, and then no. You fall, wake up, fall, wake up, the 3rd time say, it's not going to happen. Protect every pace. And why some businesses collapse is because they are dishonest. First thing that will collapse your business is dishonesty. Let me tell you, I was in Dubai for my birthday. 3 parties thrown for me were all paid by friends. I can afford it, but friends paid it because they trust me. I've never been to Jerusalem, but a tree has been planted in my name I have the pictures I brought. Why? I will not mention names, but Honorable, when they showed me the pictures, I was so shocked. 2 MPs, former MPs, wanted to dupe some Israelis $37 million sugar, and I stopped it. They have a company called GNPA Limited. Our honorable members, do we have Ghana National Procurement Agency Limited in this country? And check the website. You know the MPs that I'm talking about. They are MPs going to dupe the Jews. But I said, we don't have anything. Please be careful. And truly, they checked. They realized they were being duped, and they stopped the transaction. Now, because of my honesty, I've not been to Jerusalem, but he has planted a tree in my name. So maybe he said he'll bring his jet to come and pick that a phone boy to Israel, just to go and see the tree that he has planted in my name. So honesty, they give you contract or transaction, somebody wants to deal with you, then you dupe him. You think he will come again? No. Then a lot of them, those days in the 80s and the 90s, some men and young women were making money, and they were driving expensive cars, competing among themselves. They want to keep up with the Joneses. Please, be in your small lane and build your capital. Don't keep up with the Joneses. You know what you want in life. A day will come that you can afford anything, and those who were riding in expensive cars that time, they can't afford anything because the money that they should have invested into their business, they use them to buy expensive cars. So there are a lot of reasons why some people don't do well. Because they don't marry their job. Marry your job. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. So we'll be taking 4 questions at a time, 2 from here, 2 from here. So Honorable will give you a sheet of paper, then you note them down, then you can answer them. So let's come back to this place. We'll take 2 from here and we'll go and take 2 from the other side.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Farouk. Yeah, I'm honored. I'm so happy with you sharing your life experience with us. Mine concern about the thoracic center, the cardiothoracic center you are building at 37. I have a hole in heart son. Thankfully, I've been helped, and he has only last week he has been operated on. The pressure at Kolebu Cardio is not easy. You go there and you see a lot of parents crying, all because there is no space, all because the doctors are so pressured, they have no space to operate people with, especially with children with hole in heart conditions. So with your 37 project coming up, it really knocked me down this morning when I heard that you were going to do that. So I want to encourage you, but my question is the timeline. When is it going to be completed so that it will help? Because the pressure at Kolebu is not easy at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please try and make your questions short for us, because if you look at the queue is building up. And please come with your nose mask. Please come with your nose mask and short questions, please.
Yes, good. Okay. I think it's here.
No, go ahead.
All right. I'm Prince. I know Honorable for quite a long time, and then I seem to be a brave person. But Honorable, I wanted to ask this. You are for the youth. And then I remember when you were campaigning for 2016, that we met with you at Tepam Ahimfi. You said, Nana, I beg you, help Akufo-Addo to win 2016. And if Akufo-Addo win and I die, I know I've done my best for the youth. I remember that one vividly. Now I'm asking, Akufo-Addo has won. He has introduced a lot of policies that will also help the youth to tap in to that entrepreneurship thing. For example, the small loans for the startups and other things. How are you making sure that the youth get access to those facilities so that they can also start something. That it wouldn't be just for the party people or for, those who are close to the authority. Thank you.
We will take two from the other side.
Okay, thank you, Honorable, for this opportunity. My question is simple and brief. It's in relation to what you were speaking or preaching about in regards to the youth taking their destinies into their own hands. This is not the first time I'm hearing this from you. I'm really happy hearing you say this over and over again. My question here is, how do you take your destinies into your own hands where there is no enabling environment and there is lack of resources for you to be able to be inspired or use it as a catalyst to achieve your aim or goal in life? How do you do that? Because taking or using myself as an example, I would say that I share in a similar sentiment like you, coming from a poor background. But then, knowing what I want in life, I have been able to attain an educational status here in the University of Ghana. I'm reading MBA Finance, but there's no support because I don't have a father. I don't have somebody who will support me. But I'm striving hard to get to where you are today. And I wish to ask, how do you do that? I created 2 companies and it has collapsed. I don't know how to go about it any longer. And I'm lacking the support here. So I'm willing to take my destinies into my own hands. How do I do that, Honorable? Thank you very much.
Good evening, Honorable Anubra Fuchi. Please, I would like to speak to you. Mpacho, Honorable, Mpacho, asamba kwa hame power Ghana hani say. Police for say obidi bonia omuntimi nkwachi ni pakro. No mo di asam de tu obi so. Ti se omodi asam to so say why you say was so omunim pakro no why ye no a omu nkwachi no no. Menti ase. Nti Ghana ha anokura ne wo ho omunka se die nti. Ye abudani northern women mini organizer. Me per se ye press conference ma organize amano. But last me ti say omu kan wo radio mu ka wa broche no omu bisa ofa bibia no omu bisa say wona why say wonya hwe no. And na pese me hu say dey na police for no omu ye wa Ghana ha. And a second one so ni say me ba nya 8 A's. And a scholarship no me nim say de me ye ama me ba no ya man scholarship. Intina me say me ba be catch on now.
Okay, thank you. Honorable, I think you can start answering them.
Yeah. The first question, the answer is 16th June 2022. It will be completed. You know, the military, they don't joke. When I got there, they had done the schedule. And exactly 12 months, they have to finish. So June 16th, we'll commission it. Talking about loans given to the youth and what they are doing with it. Honestly, I am not an advocate for loans because I don't believe in it. Ghana, the interests are so high, and whatever loan you take, any form, will collapse your business. That is why I've not been following. But with the youth enterprise, whatever is being given to them, honestly speaking, I have not followed to check what they are doing. But I can give advice on it. The advice to those going for the loan is that you should always have it at the back of your mind that the money is not for you. It's for government and it's for Ghanaians. And therefore, whatever you do, you should make it a point to pay back. But in Ghana here, all these loans given by government, they don't pay. They think, Abandia, media no medi. Then the politicians, we are the problem when it comes to loans given by government. When MPP gives loans to Mr. A, Mr. B. In election, NDC will come and say, oh, don't pay. When we come, we will not let you pay. And they will vote for a new government to come in so that they don't pay. You are harming not me, but the country. So we have to educate the people to take Ghana as their own country. They have nowhere to go. Work with the loan and repay it for others also to get it. That is the essence of the loans that government are giving. But most of them, they take the loans and boom, they spend it. They don't even work with it. So it's been difficult. The gentleman talking about, you have MBA. My brother, you know, if you have MBA, it means you have first degree. If you want to succeed in life, my opinion and experience is that you should not have stopped whatever job you were doing if you were working. You have to take evening classes so that you keep your job. If you stop working to go and have your masters, with these limited job opportunities, it will be a mistake. I told you, maybe I didn't say that, I have to let you know. I was driving taxi and still going to university at the same time. Although I had money in Ghana, I didn't want to touch it, so I was still driving taxi. I could have asked them to bring me money from Ghana, but why did I decide to go and drive taxi again? So you cannot rely on government for everything thinking you have to make it. Even if you're a full student here, you come. I'll give you a job, a part-time job, and see, I'll test you and see if you really want to take your destiny into your own hands. But the first thing is, you don't have to stop working to go and do your master's in this country. It doesn't help because the job opportunities are limited. So you see me after this, and if I can get you a part-time job so that you can take care of yourself. Police. I've always been criticizing the police. It has not been easy. I don't know what we can do as a nation. I always give example of patrol team. You have provides, you have military and police here. In the night, the soldier will be standing there and the police will be asking for bribe. Why didn't the soldier ask for bribe? Because they are disciplined. In the police, I don't have my evidence, but what they are saying is that those who go on patrol or those at the checkpoint, you always have to go and account for whatever you made. If not, you will not be even allowed to go there. You see police taking bribe from trotro driver when the passengers are in. And we think it's normal. We all don't say anything about it. So you are coming to ask a question about the police. Your attitude of failing to shout at the police in that trotro, when you fail to do that, you encourage them to do worse. Now it's affecting us. So we should all change our attitude. When we have positive attitude and challenge the police. I saw going to Yamnansa Briwa barrier, a police officer, the way he snatched the money, I just pulled over and said, Fancy man. Give the money back. And slowly he was releasing them. Why? And I told him, you see all these passengers in the car, and we are taking money. How do you expect them to give you respect? So it's about time that we all be bold and criticize what is wrong in society. If not, they think it's normal for them to take the money. But now that I'm Chairman of Defense and Interior. I'll see what I can do. I will get my members of parliament and we'll, in fact, next week we are going around all the national security, police, and the military, their agencies. We will go and visit all of them. They also have challenges. We have to admit that they also have challenges, and we have to do that. So, Madam, I can't give a concrete answer about the police, but I promise you that you will hear from me. We'll do something about it. Thank you.
Okay, so we take another two from here, two from the other side.
Honorable Ken Agyapong, Vice Pro-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Calvin Nanadazi. I'm the CEO of a mobile car wash company, which we introduce a technology in preserving fresh water in cleaning vehicles. So our services is basically aided by reliable steam technology. Honorable, I have one question for you, and my question is to address the issue with attitude and honesty. Honorable, on the 16th of June 2020 was your birthday, and my team thought it wise to present to you a gift in the form of a citation. It was received by Albert on the 16th of June 2020, 5:28 p.m. Honorable, I'm very sure you're a man of evidence and you believe in evidence-based, and that's why I'm here to clarify my case. Honorable, as a young startup, currently we have 8 employees, and we seek to grow in terms of reducing the unemployment rate in Ghana. So I looked around seeking someone who could invest a capital into our scale-up strategy, and I thought it wise to come to your office. So on that very day also, we submitted a proposal which was also received by Albert in your office. Honorable, until now, we haven't received any feedback. So just last 7th April 2021 also, we sent a kind reminder reminding you of our proposal. Honorable, I'm here to ask if indeed you received the letter, whether or not, or if you are yet to receive, when are we to receive a reply from you? Thank you very much.
Please, Honorable, my second question you didn't answer for me. About my son getting 8 A's, and I said the scholarship, I don't...
Your son what?
Had 8 A's, A1, A1, 8.
Uh-huh.
And I said, the scholarship, they said, they are minimum yet.
You see, I'll do that for you, but I want you to be responsible. Don't think your son has 8 A's and it's somebody's responsibility to do it. No.
No, they said the scholarship, that's how I do.
And I'm saying that I'll do it for you because he has 8 A's. But you come here and my son has 8 A's. Where's your husband? We need to change that. I'm telling you the truth. We need to change that.
I'm a single mother.
Yeah, you're a single mother. I'm going to do it for you, but I want you to know that it is not anybody's responsibility. Before I do it, I want to clear the air that it is not anybody's responsibility. You can also do same. When I'm take it, I will help you, but the way you are standing there and I'm 8 A's in here. Madam, please, who said that? We have to change. Yeah, take it for me. I'll do it for her. The gentleman who asked the question. It's good you mentioned Albert's name. You should have directed the question to Albert, that Albert, I've submitted my application or whatever to you. Have you given it to Honorable? I haven't seen anything. He is sitting there. I don't know anything about what you are saying. So ask Mr. Albert that have you received it? Did you bring it to me? What did I say? I have no idea about what you are talking about. Please.
Thank you, Honorable. Sorry about that. So, Albert, over to you.
Please, we have a mail system in the office that honorable mails go through. So I will check. Honestly, I don't remember you personally delivering a letter to me. So I will check with the receptionist and we will sort it out for you. Thank you. Please make your questions very short for us. We are running out of time. So please make them short for us.
Thank you very much. I think almost all the questions have been directed to Honorable, but I'm throwing mine towards academic level to the Pro VC. This is based on the previous, a lot of calls we get from our previous colleagues, from especially UPS, of some clause in their handbook that says that when you go to school for the 4 years, you have additional 2 years for you to stay in the school. After that extra 2 years, if you are not able to complete your academic program, then your studentship has expired. And a lot of students, since 2012 and 11, back then, have several of these issues based on one. Either they don't have financial to pay their fees, and so they defer their programs. And so after deferring, some of them exhaust their studentship according to the handbook. And so they come appealing and appealing and appealing and appealing. Some have just one course. Some have just 2 courses to finish. But the school says we are strictly applying the studentship number of years. So is there any opportunity for these students that the board can consider for them to be given opportunity, just like Legon did last year, for the previous students to complete their modules? Thank you.
Thank you very much for my question is very simple. You always talk about entrepreneurship, and in Ghana, we basically do African wares and a whole lot. But when you go to the Parliament House, I quite remember I watched all the ministers being vet, the designates being vet, but few of them were putting on African prints. Very few. I can't hear you. I said you made mention of entrepreneurship, and almost half of I saw a tailor in this house, and my father himself is a tailor, and what he does is to sew African prints. And we saw all the designated ministers being vet. None of them, almost half, no, not even half of them, were putting on African prints. And you always tell us to do things or to patronize African wear, Ghana made and stuff, but none of them. And my next question is for the sportsmen and women in Ghana. Myself, I'm a basketball player, but I stopped everything because I don't see anything. Because if you look around, I sometimes go to work and I see some youth at the back of a vehicle going for training, football, and I just smile and be like, then nothing is going to come out of it. Why don't the policymakers, I mean, we have parliamentarians here, why don't you make recreational centers in every community? Because sometimes some people pick up all the way from Machimota, come to UPS to come and play just basketball, to come and play football. Why don't we make a recreational center where youths can also go their weekends to release stress after their weeks work? So please, since you are here, I know you are plain. If you go back to the parliament, tell his right speaker to tell them without any African wear, no one comes into the parliament. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. My name is Afe Whitefold. I'm a final year law student at Wisconsin International University College. I would quickly want to ask Honorable his take concerning. Entry into the Ghana School of Law. That is the General Legal Council. Because statistics shows that out of over 30 million Ghanaians, as at May 2021, only 3,213 lawyers are in Ghana. making it inadequate for legal representation, legal education being expensive, talk less of books, transportation, accommodation, and some of us from the rural area. What's your take? Making us not to have the opportunity at the end of the day entering the Ghana School of Law in case your parents or you don't have anybody to help you. You cannot travel to the Gambia, Sierra Leone to read it. Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Okay.
Honorable. Please, I have 3 questions.
Please, let me come in before you go ahead. Please, we are taking 1 question, and you will be the last person. Please, the rest, we are going to give a WhatsApp number that you can send all the questions to. Honorable respond to you. So please, you will be our last person to ask the question. Chairman is running out of time. I'm going to give you a WhatsApp number. Please send your questions through it, and Honorable will get you the feedback. Thank you.
All right. Honorable, as I said, I have 3 questions. Pardon me, but I'll need to ask all the 3. I've been looking for such an opportunity. So today, if I have one, it means I have to bring out everything I need to ask. My first question is, as a young entrepreneur, how do you get people to understand or accept your idea? The reason for this question is that I realize as a young businesswoman, when you start a business, getting people to even accept what you do within your environment especially is a problem. So I ask, is it advisable to start a business within your reach, or you need to move from where you live or your comfortable zone to another place to start? 2, if you are able to start in the first place, how do you even progress? Because there is a problem with getting people to even help you, if not financially, in several other ways. As a young entrepreneur, you need help in form of advice, in form of suggestions, in form of criticisms and everything. But you realize that people criticize what you do because it's small and people don't even accept it. So if you don't get the acceptance you need in your reach, within your reach, how do you sell it out to other people who are outside your reach? So this is something I need you to please address for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So please take the number. Please take the number, and the rest of you can have a seat. The number is 0245 828 666. 0245 828 666. Please, you can send all your questions through it, and we will promise that Honorable will get them and answer your questions for you. So please, thank you so much. Have a seat and let Honorable answer the questions for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The gentleman who was talking about parliamentarians not wearing African clothes and all those things. I have a lot of suits, but of late I feel even lazy to wear it. I'm always in bubu. So I'm surprised. But I'll tell you the truth. You see, these pants I'm wearing, I've had these pants about 2 years, and my zip is intact. All the Ghana-made clothes that I buy, I wear it 1, 2, 3 times, and the zip is torn. How do you expect me to go and buy Ghana-made when you produce inferior goods? So we should improve on the quality that we offer to people. If not, we'll always buy from outside. So if you think we are not patronizing Ghanaian products, young man, then you should also consider the products you send to the market. It's also very, very important. That's the only way you can get people buying. You're talking about soccer and games. I think this government has not done badly at all with what you are suggesting. I admit that not all constituencies have this isoterm and all those things to play. But even just this morning in Parliament, I was talking to the youth, Deputy Minister for Youth, designate, and they were telling me what they're going to do. They want Cocoa Board also to sponsor some of them, but he feels the chief executive is being difficult. So it's on the table that we are discussing. And I think this government has not done badly at all. The lady, how to accept your ideas. You should keep knocking at the door. Don't think it's going to be easy for you. It's not. Before people will accept your product, don't stay only in your community. You should take your products out there. Go to shops. Show them this is what you can offer. If you limit it to your community, you might not succeed in your business. So go outside. I'm not talking of going outside like living the country. If you are in Accra here and you are staying at Medina, you can also take the products to East Legon, Okanshi, Kaneshi, everywhere. Introduce to the shop owners that I have this product. You can go and try and see. What you have to do is make sure you have some of the products that we are going to offer them free for them to test it. This is a business strategy that you have to adapt. And I understand that, capital is not easy to come by, so you cannot be giving out your products free. And advice, you should rather feel free to ask people, those who have made it, how they did it. You see, some people, you might think they've made it, but the means, you might not be in a position to do that. Maybe you don't have the courage to go and do that. So don't think somebody has succeeded and therefore by hook or crook you also have to succeed. You should ask questions, observe things, do a survey yourself and see. Criticisms. Criticisms is very good for you. Just I was giving example of my zip. Every time I'll give the example of the zip. Because this pants I bought from Barmain for 2 years. I'm still wearing it. The zip is intact. Bagana, 2-3 times the zip is off. So if I tell you that you gave me inferior product and I criticize it and you take offense, then you will not move forward with your business. You have to accept criticisms and then improve on whatever you are producing so that you can compete effectively on the market. So if you want suggestions for your business, you can see me. I'll see how best I can also help, give you advice so that you can go on with your business. But trust me, it is not easy out there. It's going to be tough, but you have to survive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so very much, Honorable. Again, the number that you can also send your messages to, and if you have a question or a comment, is 0245 828666. 0245 828666. If you have any question for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, you can send it to this number and it will definitely get to him. At this juncture, let me call on...
I think there was a question to the Pro Vice Chancellor, so he will answer.
Yeah, I had a question, but I think today I'm here to celebrate Honorable and to tap from his experience. And then you are asking me academic questions. How can I answer academic questions in a birthday party? Well, I'll try. Yes, so assuming you enter level 100, the course duration is 4 years. And you are giving studentship for additional 2 years. So that is 6 years. So within 6 years, you have to complete, else your studentship is over. Now, you have to bear in mind that we also have bosses, which we call the regulators. I'm talking about the previous National Council for tertiary education and also the National Accreditation Board. Now, after a period of time, they are required to evaluate the program that you took. So assuming your program is for 4 years, what UPSA does is that constantly we scan the environment to look at changes in industry, and then we reflect industry trends into the program. So if you take a program for 6 years, and you are not able to complete it, and you come 10 years later, you realize that the initial program that you signed for is no more relevant for industry. So ideally, you'll be required to come back and make yourself current so that you can pass the program. It is not about you. You're developing yourself, but we're also developing you for the country. And that is a trend that it goes. However, if you say University of Ghana has done that, we will look at the basis for doing that reevaluation. But trust me, after 6, 7, 8 years, most of those courses that you took may not be relevant again. The content of the program has changed. The direction and focus for industry trend has changed. And therefore, the complexity of industry, which is supposed to be incorporated into the course that you took, has also changed and will reflect. And we'll make the appropriate recommendation if we do our investigation and you are right. However, it has to be subjected to the requirements of the regulator. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pro Vice. Okay, so we have some groups who want to give some citations to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. We want to give them the opportunity to do that, but we cannot have all the members on the stage, so we would want each group to have a representative to just bring the citation. And unfortunately, we cannot read all the citations due to time pressure. And so please, when you come, you do the presentation and then you make way for the next group to join. We have Paul Agyapong, Alpha Patriots. They will be presenting. We have Spartans for NPP. They also have a citation for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And we have NPP Grassroots supporters who also have a citation to give.
So, Spartans for MPP. Honorable, they have a citation for you.
Okay, good evening, and we have this citation with us, but unfortunately, MC is saying we don't need to talk too much. So, okay, so we should just submit it. Okay, good. So, Honorable, we are submitting this citation to you as from Spartans MPP. We are a young, youth, vibrant, intelligent group, and we support everything that this government is doing. What I would say is that just this ended Green Ghana project, this group supported government and donated cages for the plants that we took around. I believe that planting alone is not enough. We need to protect it and to make sure it matures well. And that was what Spartans for MPP did. We've also adapted a lot of communities that we did a planting. We are going to follow up 2-3 years down the line. We want this plant grow very well. So this group is a vibrant group, and this is what we are doing to support government. Anything the government brings out and is good, Spartans for MPP will support it. And we want to acknowledge today for the good work you are doing for government and for the youth. So on behalf of Spartans, we want to submit this to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Spartans. The next group, please. Which group is this?
Honorable, we say a big thank you to you. This is Alpha Patriot Gomwa East. During the just ended election 2020, you came to our constituency. Around 1 a.m., you were with us, 2 a.m., to support our candidate, Honorable Kojo Asimani. Though he lost, but you did so well for us. That's why we brought this on your birthday to say thank you to you, Honorable. God bless you.
Thank you so much. The next group, please.
Thank you very much. This is MPP Grassroots Supporters Association, and from 2012, 2016, 2020, the grassroots has been on the grounds with campaign and other motivational stuff that we do for those in MPP. This is MPP Grassroots saying that, Honorable, you have been a blessing and a hope for many across the political divide. And Grassa, on this day, congratulates you on your becoming a chairman of the Defense Committee. And we also wish you a happy birthday. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable, please have a seat. We will call on the chairperson for the occasion to come and give us his closing remarks. Thank you. Chairman, after that, you help Honorable to cut the cake.
Thank you. And apologies to the young man that criticized me as a member of parliament in a suit. It's just unfortunate that he was also wearing an imported face mask. Well, his father is a tailor, so it would have been a good opportunity to showcase a made in Ghana face mask so that the Honorable and the members of Parliament can buy for their constituents. And I would have been the first to order and create and expand his business, his father's business. Thank you. But for that, I will write on Honorable's excuse about my zip as the reason for wearing a suit today. Excellency, Honorable Minister Designate, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished guests, the heads of UPSA. It's been a great day. We've taken a lot. We've listened to great speeches. And the main man has said a lot. But to recap, I think the university made clear that qualification, experience, skills, and attitude is a hallmark for success. And I'm sure your students listen with rapt attention. The incubator that you have set up is something that I'm sure the Honorable will look into. And I'm actually also very interested in the incubator. The recommendations that the university made, making mandatory the equipping of students with entrepreneurial skills, curriculum improvement, is something that I'm sure the minister will carry on to government. The Honorable Kennedy Agyapong said something that I take cue from. One, get multiple income sources. To be rich, look for problems and solve them. We should change our thinking that there is no shortcut to success. Honesty pays. And that there are 100,000 people that are coming out of tertiary institutions on a year-by-year basis. The government will not have the capacity to absorb them. And therefore, we need to train ourselves to create employment for ourselves and for those who cannot. We cannot rely on government. The Honorable mentioned, and I take cue, that the road to success is long, from Dompim to Adisadel. The road to success is dusty, from Dompim to Adisadel. And while embarking on that journey, you have to chew a lot of PK. A lot of hard work goes into it, but you must endure to succeed. That's my takeaway. The Honorable listed some items as a key, or the keys to success. 1, honesty. 2, hard work. 3, when you are down, get up. When you are out, you are done. So you cannot be down and not fight your way back up. He also mentioned something that on the lighter side I will also want you to write down. Those who are making fun of you today, write their names down. Because one day when you invite them for drinks, remind them that when you were making the sacrifices, when you were paying your dues, they were making fun of you. Where are you now? Write their names down. Marry your job. Marry your job. Work hard, be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from the theologian, the mogul, the philanthropist, the soothsayer, the uplifter of the youth, and the acompreco. He says it as it is. We've come to the end of the program, and I thank you all. I think you will all bear with me that it's been a very, very, very good program, and we've had a lot of takeaways. Let's work with it. And when we meet here again next year, we will have a few people to count as millionaires because they listen to Acompreco, Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong. Honorable, we salute you. We thank the UPSA for giving us the auditorium and hosting us with the long speech that we didn't get to listen. I think the Oman FM people say that it will be on their website. We thank you very much for making us your guest today. And we thank all of you. We thank all of you. I think that you have met your expectations by coming to listen to the Honorable. Honorable, we are proud of you. Happy birthday, and God bless you today on the time. Take care.
Okay, so we invite His Excellency Edward Boateng to join Honorable Brian and Honorable Ken to cut the cake. So His Excellency, please join us. Take this one.
To God be the glory, great things He has done. So loved He the world that He gave us His Son. Who you da 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 Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear His voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, to the Father, to Jesus, the Son. We are cutting the cake in honor of our gem, the philanthropist, the man who lays down his life that we who cannot talk might have a say in society. Honorable Kennedy Kwame Acompreco Agyapong.
So we cut the cake in the name of the God Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, once again, so Silva will sing another happy birthday for Honorable. So the band join us.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May God bless you more. May God bless you more. May God bless you more. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Honorable, happy birthday to you, Daddy. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to our father. Big thanks going out to our proud sponsors, our supporters, because this whole event is actually happening because they supported us. Many thanks going out to Fancy Beverages Limited, 21st Clinic Hospital, Smart Think LLC Global LLC Security Services in the US, and also to Fruity Fresh. We also say big thanks to New Life Homeopathic Clinic. Dan Suman says your health, our priority. Don't forget that this particular event, the youth seminar with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, was live on BATV, Bono and Ahafu Television. It was live on Net2 TV, Beyond the Limit. It was live on Oman FM 107.1 and was also streaming live on Facebook, on Happy FM as well, and also on YFM. We actually bring in the whole show to a close.
We invite Reverend Amos to give us the closing prayer.
Wow. Tonight has been a blessing. And I want us to clap our hands once again for our Father, Honorable, for such insightful and inspiring words from him. At this point, I would like all of us to rise up on our feet as we end this program. Honorable, God bless you. I pray that whatever word that has come from his mouth will be like a seed planted on a good ground. And I pray that next year by now, when we come for such a program again, we would meet a lot of millionaires and a lot of people that have succeeded, especially the youth. On this note, I want you to lift up your right hand with me. Father, we thank you for this wonderful day, for the life that we have come to celebrate. We thank you for the life of your servant, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, whom you have given to us, that through him, O God, many of us will expand and will come to the realization of what you have deposited in us. I pray that in the name of Jesus, that whatever that has gone out of him, every virtue that has gone on out of him, to be a blessing unto many of us here, I pray that, Father, you will expand on it in our lives. Now, those that lack precision and clarity on their future, I pray that today, let the scales fall off. I pray that in the name of Jesus, that even as we step out of this place into our various homes, let these words, wise sayings that has come out of these men that you have given to us, I pray that, Father, it shall be a blessing unto them. Let us see it manifest in the name of Jesus. Provide resources for them that are lacking. And on this day, I bless you with the blessings of Abraham, with the blessings that the Lord instructed Moses to tell Aaron, that the peace of God abide with you, that the face of God continue to shine upon you. Be favored in the name of Jesus. Amen. I just want to say something, and this is what I took from Honorable when he was talking at the end of the day. God gave us brains so that we don't disturb him as men. And in ending my statement, I want to honor God for the life of his servant. And I pray that we would come back next year to see him strong and greater than where he is now. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for your cooperation. My name is Albert Asmeni, and I did it with my sister,
Silver Lady. Join us tomorrow on Oman FM. In fact, Boiling Point is actually continuing live on Oman FM. And so just tune in right about now and enjoy Boiling Point with Oboten Team Kobina Kwache. Thank you once again for your time. God bless you and have an amazing night.